I be
What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What's going on? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. We have Really B, we have L Teddy, we have Giving You the Real Tea, Every Reviews, and YB Speaks. Hopefully, Cat will be here. I know YB is trying to get him here, but we are here for a random because it was random because I did just come up with this late last night. But we're
Late in
here.
the midnight hour, honey.
Right,
Okay.
but we're here for a
Hey, late in the
random
midnight hour.
Justice League reunion panel. We have not done a panel with all of us on there in quite some time now, but it's so crazy that we're calling
know.
it a reunion as if we don't talk still.
Right.
But it's just the
Like
fact
they don't be
that
blowing up my goddamn Instagram. And I'll
don't,
be
don't
cussing
you
everybody out.
don't you worry about that. You just don't put it on mute, nigga. Just don't put it on mute.
I have not yet.
but yes, we are here, y'all. It's been a minute. I don't know when the last time it was all of. I know they did a reunion last year, but I was out of town when everybody else was up here. So it seems like every time we would do, it'll be a reunion. It's always one person missing sometimes. But we here today. What's going on, y'all?
We here, hey.
It's been so long.
I know.
I know. Thanks for bringing us together. T, hey boo.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
You
We
must
was
just woke
asleep.
up.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
I can
Praise
tell.
the
I'm gonna
Lord.
say we can tell. We can tell.
Ain't nothing better than a Sunday nap.
Cat's on
That
his way.
Sunday nap after trade left.
Oh my gosh.
That's not what I was finna say.
I was like, that is not what I was saying, but okay.
Well, for
Yeah.
the person, okay, so Ellen V is says she says she's new here. So what's the Justice League? So Justice League got started during the right before the Panorama.
Also known as the
Was right
Carisha
before the
Please.
pandemic.
Yes, also known as the Carisha Please. The pandemic though. In 2020, during the second season of Chasing Dallas. I'm trying to remember who reached out to me first.
I know I reached out to you at one point, Scotty, and
I
then
think it
somebody else did.
was me, actually.
Yeah, it was either you or El Teddy. It was one of y'all.
I think it was me.
Mhm.
Hey, Bookie Bud.
There's Cat, so is everybody. Everybody's
Hello,
here.
God.
Yeah.
Parents and Cat. Hello, God.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
a family,
It's good. It's
like
good
Like
to
a
be
giant tree.
My dream, girl.
Lifting up to the sky.
Dreamers will never leave.
Yes,
Hello,
but
God.
I think it was either YB or El Teddy that reached out to me, and then I brought T, and then I think T was the one who introduced everybody to Cat. I think that's how it went. I
I
want to
don't
say
remember.
that.
I'm
I
gonna be
don't remember. It
honest.
was so
I
long
just
ago.
I think I was the last
I was
person
say
that
I don't
came.
remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember how it started was me, Evie, and Really B were doing Chasing Dallas. And then we reached out to YB
Mm.
because we were already interviewing a couple people. We had already interviewed like one or two people. And I think it was either for the Ariel interview or right after the Ariel interview, YB came.
It was way before that.
No, it was
No, no,
before
no,
we were
no. I
no.
thought we was around the Ariel
Girl, we
interview.
were doing. We
No,
were
we were
doing.
already doing it before because Ariel was
Yeah,
yeah, we were doing it before
honey,
that.
we were doing G status together, and I
Sure
believe that
was.
was before that
Because
season of
yeah, because
Dallas.
Was G
yeah,
status
because I
before season 2?
Girl, we interviewed Premiere together. Premiere was on that. That's how far back
Premiere
we
was
go,
season
girl.
1 of Chasing
No,
Dallas.
but we weren't together during season 1. I know we weren't for season 1.
No,
Yeah.
we
That I know.
no. But we were doing. I don't know when it started, but I know it was before Ariel.
Yeah, it was way
It
before
was during
Ariel. So
season
we,
one because we interviewed that big booty boy who was
He
talking in
was on season
circles.
2. No,
Buddha,
that's
Buddha Lee,
oh,
Antonio.
Not Wuda, not
And
Wuda,
Oh,
no
it was
Antonio.
Wuda.
no
Antonio
Wuda.
girl.
Antonio.
So
That was
if it was
Season All Right.
Antonio, that means it was season 2
That was
then.
It
That
was
was
season 2.
season
Antonio.
2.
That was season 2
That's
with
how
Tall
far
Bear
back we
Hips.
go.
I
I
don't know.
do
You
remember
talking
that
so
because
many.
wasn't that the same interview where those two did the mannequin challenge where we still saw the fan going in the background.
Yes. Yes.
They didn't want to talk. They did not.
That was a hot
They
mess.
tried to
And
act like the screen froze.
no,
It
girl.
was
No,
funny.
the ceiling fan gave him away, child. That ceiling fan gave his ass away.
That ceiling fan never stopped moving, baby.
Okay.
But his mouth did.
I said, girl, these girls are a character.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's how far we go back, child.
But no, what I'm saying is, I thought G Status was after season 2 of Chasing That, or around the same time.
It was around the same time because I remember there was
It
no
was around the same time because remember with G Status, that's when that Puerto Rican girl wanted to call nigga, and we was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got what's her name was? What would her name?
Delicious.
Huh? That girl.
I don't even remember her name,
That's
but
why-
whatever.
Yeah.
That's why
and I had to
forgot.
tell her.
Delicious.
baby.
I forgot somebody
name was
recently,
Delicious.
and YB, you might
What's her name?
confirm.
Say it
I
again.
think,
Delicious. Yeah,
Delicious.
her name was Delicious. No, but that's
Why
just like
Who keeps saying it like that?
Delicious.
Yes, girl.
That's delicious, girl.
you know what? Y'all
Oh.
ain't shit. Y'all ain't
Oh
shit.
God.
Green.
Mama hit that meth pipe, girl. It's
Delicious.
girl.
You know
that's
what?
I say.
Father
Yep,
God,
yep.
in the name of
He
Jesus.
said a lot of questionable stuff, and then poor thing. Like,
But
poor
no,
thing.
that's why when I think it was Harviana, somebody when they was going back and forth with somebody was like, well, why can't we just get to the better days when we didn't have drama? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're supposed to have drama since we've been watching these bitches. Like, what better days were there when there wasn't all kinds of drama and fuck shit? I was
Remember
like,
the
oh,
mass draggings? Remember the Book of Darkness, bitch? Hello, God.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, when Kane decided he was gonna come for me and Abby, and we didn't even mention that bitch.
Those
We
were the
roasted her
days.
alive, child.
Okay.
Oh,
Roasted her alive, child.
Don't even mention that
The
dysfunctional.
sagadelics, honey.
The fagadelics of it all. She got mad. She was using the fagadelics.
I was like,
This-
girl.
It was a whole lot going on back then. Like it was like that was during the time because I think back
We had
then,
nothing to do.
yeah.
Right. We were at home. We were stuck
We
at
had an
home.
era. That was our era.
It was. I don't care what nobody say. It was our era because like we was making noise back then, and sometimes it would be for the good, and sometimes it would be for the bad. Because sometimes people would get so mad at us about what we were saying about the
and
show.
Yes, they did.
We've been
Now, the
often
one thing I will say,
imitated
honey,
and
So
never
mad at
listened.
y'all.
No shade, girl, but some of y'all girls got so bored. I was getting worried about y'all. Y'all was reviewing In the Heat of the Night, girl. Stop it, I say.
Wait a minute.
Not the heat of the night.
Girl, I
Let me-
was like,
hold on.
God.
Hold on, don't
Y'all
hate.
must
Hey,
be bored,
hey,
honey.
I was not reviewing Heat of the Night. We were doing watch-alongs. Don't do me.
Okay, okay.
Was. And they were entertaining because
And
he
to
did
be
not
like-
use English.
I
Only
said,
thing that I
girl.
we was doing, and we was doing Matlock too.
do my research on was Falcon Crest. I had never even heard.
Now I will say y'all were handling true business when y'all was reviewing Blood and Water, girl.
Blood and Water was everything.
Listen.
And shout out
Blood
to
and
Cat,
Water?
because
No,
Cat was the one that put us on the Blood and Water.
No, I did. That was me.
no, it was El Teddy.
That
El
was
Teddy
me.
My bad. I thought it was Cat. My bad.
Blood and Water still keeps me relevant today. People are
Yeah,
still
you make
watching
good
my
numbers
people.
off of Blood and Water.
They're
And
still
I
wa-
never did that last season. I never finished watching that last season.
I didn't either.
I did. It was a hot mess. I said,
People
D-Boy
still
girl.
watch my
says-
TV on reviews.
D-Boy
The
says I
last
was
season,
around for G Status, but I heard them girls was ready to fight when they were.
They were absolutely.
They were.
Absolutely. Now the problem was most of the girls who wanted to fight could not. So when
Oh,
it came to
wow.
fight,
It's always the girls built like air that can't do nothing.
oh man,
Oh,
Shout out to the
God.
airbenders, girl.
Yeah, baby, they was mad. They was mad as
They
hell.
used to
One of them in
stay
particular
mad.
was mad at me, and I didn't even really say nothing about them like that for real. Like I didn't even drag them. It was certain people that didn't even get drugged like that. They were so mad.
exactly.
You know, I'm just like,
Child.
what y'all mad for?
Child,
Oh
I know
yeah,
we were
y'all
getting
remember when
charade
Tor
together.
made a video calling us bullies?
Who?
Yes, I do.
Who
Four.
called us a bully?
Oh yeah, that's who I was referring to. That's who I was referring to just then.
Because
I
wasn't
forgot
that
all
like
about
season
her.
3 of G Status, or was that still season 2?
That was
That
still
was
season
season
It
two.
was never a season 3. What do you
It
mean?
felt like a
It
season
felt like
3 because
season
of how
15 because they had
long.
drawn it
They
out.
never actually
Yes,
finished
girl.
season 2,
Oh my
even though they gave us that 2.5-hour episode of absolutely fucking
You
nothing.
would
You
have thought it
stupid
was
sons of bitches. Because nobody asked for that shit in the first motherfucking place. Because we told you you could have kept it. I'm still mad.
Oh
I
my.
see. I
You could
see.
have
We
kept that
see.
shit.
Oh,
And I can see how the girls can feel like it was longer than
You
what it is, girl. When it
came
feels
out of
like
nowhere.
It didn't give us
2011
nothing though.
24
It left us
episode
with nothing.
series,
We
girl.
walked away
Stop.
knowing no more than we walked in.
First
But
of
walking
all,
away with knowing what we know now, the aftermath and like what was really going on, it's understandable.
I don't think
And
I ever knew what was really
I
going
don't
on, and
think
I don't
so.
think I cared. I just didn't care.
it was just
But I
a
think it's
lot
also
of
a lesson.
ego and
That should also be a
pride.
lesson to not only KL but other people as well. Sometimes it's not best to swim against the current. Like if you would have just waited and let time progress, you could have had a better outlook on how to handle the situation as opposed to trying to swim against the current
Well, I
because
see. Well, I
Or
think
you could
we
have
have to
kept your
see.
mouth shut and not promised us nothing we ain't never asked for in the first fucking place. We was over here minding our business. We had let you go on to the dog graveyard to mind your fucking business. Because clearly wasn't no new shit coming out. And here you come out of blue. We over here talk about, oh yeah, the new season of what blah, blah, is coming out. And here you come, hey y'all, we finna finish the season for y'all because we know y'all been asked. Who been asked?
nobody asked. No, nobody asked.
Who was asked?
Nobody asked for it.
Well,
Nobody.
my thing is two things. One, going back to the first 2 seasons, right? I feel like as we've seen with whether it's Chasing, whether it's The Shit We Do for Love, whether it's other reality shows, when there's a partnership, these girls, there's too much ego and pride and too many people trying to be the chief. So the partnerships don't tend to work out. So I think because Ja did what he was doing and KL wasn't really that much an oversight in the beginning of it, there was a lot of things lost in translation and obviously lost when it came to their season. But one thing that pissed me off about the new season is when you give us that lost footage of all the things of, that prior season or the season it should have been and could have been, I'm thinking that this new season that you're about to open is going to be similar in aesthetics. And it's not.
Right.
And not that I want drama or foolishness, but again, G Status was G Status because of that. So I haven't watched it, to be honest with you, but I do love KL and I do love the direction that he's trying to go in. But I just feel like it was false. It was a falsehood to like build that up to just get what everyone is talking about that it turned out to be.
My problem was
You
always,
love
I
it?
think
You
they
love
never
KL?
care enough about these guys.
We've grown, child. I know y'all haven't been. I know we
We've
haven't
been
really
around
been
for a while.
communed like that, but me and KL, we've definitely come to a great meeting.
I didn't give enough.
This is
a
the
damn
same
enough about
man
these
who has
people.
a long history of over promising and under delivering. That
Well,
KL?
just beyond that, though, when I talk to him as a man, as a person, like beyond him being a
I knew this was coming,
in that
so
aspect, like we've had a chance to kind of talk. So I'm not,
I never wanted to
like
talk
I
to these
don't
people
be on
behind the
the show
scenes.
itself,
I ain't
like,
care. Just go away forever. Just go away. What I did, I remember when we were having Just Such a League lives, and the hardest part for me was I would always feel like my reviews came out last, and I would have to avoid y'all channels until after I did my review, because somebody was gonna put something in their goddamn title that was gonna piss me off. And ruin the whole
even though we did that, we still ended up all saying the same thing. Like
We
we all
did.
felt the same fucking way about these shows, and it was just like, y'all got to do something. Y'all have to do something. Y'all, oof, something's got to change. A change.
I still will never forgive. Really, no, I almost said really be goddamn Reese G and that goddamn Harriet Tubman wig he wore that time in the that I had to put in my motherfucking thumbnail. You know, I was good for a thumbnail. A bitch fucked up.
I think your
Bitch,
thumbnail
I
is
don't
what we
know
waited
what
on
that
every week.
is.
We waited on the
Thumbnail.
thumbnail to see what you was gonna do with it.
Man, you know I was gonna have a thumbnail for that ass, honey.
The best thumbnail you ever did was with Dominique in that sunflower outfit that he had on. And that sunflower
The Atlanta girls got it the worst.
They did.
They got it the when El Teddy would drop that thumbnail, it would just be a wrap. Like,
Baby, listen.
that alone would be the conversation. Girls would be mad behind the thumbnail alone.
And then like compared to, I feel like compared to what it is today, what we did back then was very light compared to what's happening today. Because my thing is, the way they was used to get so mad at that little light shade we would throw at them, these people these days, they go harder than what we did back then. We thought El Teddy was going hard back then. People go harder now than they did back then.
And they were
Girl, the reason that I'm doing what I
bag
do now
Boogie
is
man.
because I'm just tired of it now. This repetition, this, you know, this lack of evolution, this lack of self, and especially the accountability part. Like, especially this last season of Atlanta, for me, it was kind of difficult to think that people really we're not seeing the same shit. Like, this is true. This is the core of what we're seeing here, and the lack of accountability on a lot of things, especially deep-rooted issues. Like, if this was just some surface level trash, it is what it is.
Can we not talk the words accountability right now? We're real sensitive right now.
That is true.
Mention the word accountability.
That is true.
We're real sensitive right now.
But I do
we are real sensitive.
That season really took me out with that, and I was like, wow, like, okay, this is challenging because now I'm the bad guy, because I'm out here, you know, we're all out here saying pretty much the same thing.
Well,
and that's the only season I ever watched all y'all's reviews before I did my own, because this is the first season I've ever looked at every single comment underneath the episodes.
Same.
And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't crazy and that I was not alone in how I felt.
I do understand where you coming from with that, and not only that, it was difficult to review this season. This is the only season of Chasing Atlanta that I was ever kind of like drained by, because I could review Chasing Atlanta like this and be okay with it. But this season, it was as good as the season was, because it was a good season. As good as it was draining to review it, because it just came across. Yes, you have to use your words carefully. You didn't want to offend nobody. And then if you didn't fall in line with certain ways of thinking, then you'll be this or you'll be that. You, like, if you was on the side, like, for example, if you was on the side of Althea, then they'll accuse you of trying to pander to black women when you gay. Or if you was on the side, am I saying it right?
No, I think if I could, I think what I felt was like, either if you were Team Althea, you were automatically anti-Nova. And it was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch Nova. That bitch ain't shit. She ain't never been shit. Won't never be shit. Had never tried to be shit.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready. No. I am ready.
I know what you finna do.
Allegedly.
Bitch ain't shit now. Ain't never been shit. Over in the Red Roof Inn getting fucked by Dirty Dick Trade. Leave us the fuck alone. I'm sorry I said that.
Okay. You are not sorry.
I would just. So you mean to tell me, Scotty, that this season was more draining than the first season We Were Born showed up?
I wasn't drained by that season at all. This one was more so.
They were.
That boy, he took us down through there.
I like them.
Please don't take us off the
I
screen.
agree.
Please don't take us off the screen.
I like them.
But I agree with what you were saying, though. I agree with what.
Is that the season when
Can
Kane?
y'all hear
You
me?
talking about the season when Kane was in Atlanta?
Yes, I can hear you. Your brother won't shut up.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead,
No, I was just saying, I agree with what Kat was saying, because as a cisgendered black woman, if you agree with Althea, then all of a sudden it's just because I'm a black woman and everything else I said was just nullified. And I was like, no, like, it's not. Like, it's not about that. It's about right and wrong. And like I was saying, I'll say differently than what El Teddy just said, but at the end of the day, Nova is just not a nice person. Nova is just not a nice person. She had shit for everybody, not just Althea, but we focused so much on Althea. It was like, so we're going to forget that she talked about Q going to jail and him being assaulted in jail. We're going to forget that she said this about, you know, she compared Noel to Madea. Like, we're just going to forget all of that because we're so focused on Althea. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest I'm
was
sorry,
just weird for me. No, I just felt like at one point it was weird for me because I felt like when as unproblematic as y'all know me to be, I just was like, it's gonna come from somewhere. I just don't know where it's from. You know, somebody gonna be pissed off at something I'm saying. I just don't know where it's coming from. The Althea fans, the Nova fans, the Ken Doll fans, Ken Doll himself, Nova Hurt. Like, I don't know where it's coming from.
Nova got fans?
Yes, girl.
Oh, she got fans.
But no, it wasn't.
Like Ken Doll say he mad at me. I don't even know what the fuck I did to this nigga. What you mad at me for? What you? Somebody, I don't like her. What you don't like? What I do?
But see, that's another thing that was also kind of jarring for me is that my actual friends were on the show this time. So that made it even more difficult for me to review the show. And if I wound up on their side, then it would be like, well, you only being on their side because you friends with them. Or it wasn't that. They literally, Carl and Tramel were not wrong most of the time. They were not wrong.
And I don't understand why a lot of people were pushing against what you were saying, Scotty, because unlike majority of us, if not all of us except for you were there for most of the shit. Like, you were in the building. So it's like, you know, like all of the unspoken gestures or the energy we couldn't translate to television. You were there to feel it.
Yes, I was there while they were filming the shit. I was there when people were doing their green screens. And one thing about me is this right here. I never repeated nothing nobody said in their green screen because I'm not messy. So I heard what everybody, what everybody was saying. I ain't go to them folks say, girl, you know, they were dragging your ass in them green. No, I didn't do none of that because I would never do that. But for a lot of that shit that was like at that pole dancing, I was there. The shit that happened between Tramel and Q, that was so weird to me.
Ooh, so Scotty.
It came out of nowhere.
You was throwing your name up to game with that. Come on. I'm like, damn, I've got to get into this. What's going on?
Scotty, so you were at the pole dancing in person.
I was.
So I have a question. So in real time, you had front row access and sight upon sight to see Hello God. Glory to God. You saw the meats, honey, on Dominique, honey. Did you can you explain? Hallelujah.
No, but they thought I was seeing shit when I had that picture from the goddamn reunion. I said, man, me sitting in his lap like this. What the fuck?
We have eyewitness on the ground, boots on the ground testimony. Scotty, can you please report the truth and nothing but the truth will help you? God.
He got a man. He wasn't looking at nobody else's balls.
girl, we all print watch, baby.
Yeah, if you want to talk about balls, let's go back to Chasing LA. Hey, Wanda Poet. Sorry, you did not mean to catch that straight. I did not mean to catch that.
Ooh, girl, those balls were leaking in the building, girl. Balls to the wall, honey. Balls to the floor.
I can tell you, I was there for a lot. Like I was at Dominique's wig party. I was there at the at Sam's performance when Tramel and Ken got into it on the parking lot. Me and Bando was standing right to the side. Me and him was literally right there. I wasn't paying attention to nobody's
girl. Okay. All right. Okay.
Now, if I was, I would have said it. And I ain't just, I'm not
it's
just.
hard
I'm
to
not,
miss,
I'm,
girl. Like, I didn't see on TV. Imagine being there in person and you just see this dang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang, dang-a-lang-a-lang.
Listen, I was too busy trying to stay out the shot.
Dominique knew what he was doing. He was like, girl, I ain't got nobody at home. It's time to go ahead and expose myself to the girl.
He did at the time, did he not? Wasn't he dating somebody?
I think he was still dating that guy at the time.
Oh,
Chuck, if you would like to see,
and that's my warning to everybody.
Illusion.
It's like Dominique, my ends are not meant to be loved.
It was hella difficult because these people were cool as fuck, and I've been today. Like Ken Doll's house is beautiful in person, like it literally is. But I was there for a lot of that stuff that was going on, so it was definitely difficult for me to review this show, like for so many different reasons. Like I got acquainted with these people, I know them, I have to be around them. Then my friends are on the show, so it looks as though I'm just taking up for Carl and Tramel. D-Boy, don't do that. It doesn't matter if Bendo's here or not. If I saw it, I would have said it, but I didn't pay attention to Dominique and his ball sack. I was not looking at it.
Oh, wow.
Like that.
Oh.
Girl, them things was hanging at 369.
No attention to that.
I was like,
Sorry, he just ain't gonna say that.
I wasn't paying attention to that, T.
And you know, I don't do the femboys, honey, but I would have definitely late in the midnight hour, girl, a couple cognacs in, bitch. Come on, Dominique. This dog needs grooming, honey.
Things would run a different way. How do you think you would have fit into this cast had things panned out for you to be able to do it?
I don't think I would have fit in at all.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I don't think I would have fit in at all because as the people know by now, I did try out for Chasing Atlanta this particular season. And then when I first saw the cast, I said, oh no, they did right not to pick me because I was going to stick out like a sore thumb. I wouldn't have been able to. What I mean by that is based off of the cast, I don't think I would have fit in. Because at the same point in time, I probably would have automatically been with the extras. And I probably would have gotten into it with most of them people on that show. I know I would have cursed out Nova. I probably would have cussed out Q. I probably would have. I don't know about Ken because me and Ken are actually cool for real. So I probably wouldn't have cussed him out. But a lot of them I probably would have cursed. I probably would have cursed out the same people that Tremere and Carl was cussing out probably.
How does that being their friend, but also trying to, you know, walk that fine line and be professional? How do you take? Because I'm sorry, girl, I will stand on this hill all day long, honey. No, I'm not blind. Okay, like let's tell the truth, girl. And hearing what you heard, what happened to Tremel by way of stalker ass crazed it clowns down to the train station, girl. Like, if knowing that, how did that make you feel? Like, did you want to scour her?
I was pissed because at the time that it happened, I was in Houston when it happened. Tremel had texted us about it, and I was like, "What?" And then because like it was crazy that even happened. Like I couldn't even believe it. And again, Q was somebody else that I was around a lot, and I actually like Q. So for him to do that, but for that to happen, that did kind of piss me off and make me look at him a little different. Because it's one thing that y'all fighting with each other on this show. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all fighting on this show. But it's another thing when your friends or people that is taking pictures of him when he's not looking and then sending it to him from unknown numbers and shit and doing all this other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that did kind of make me feel some kind of way. You know what I mean? Because even when they was all when Carl and Tremere were beefing with Ken and Q and all them, when I would see them, I would always treat them with respect. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I was cordial with them. Right. Yeah. But when it came down to the threats and stuff, I'm like, now wait a minute, man, you doing it? Yeah.
And I think for me, what really pissed me off, and I only have like an adjacent relationship. Like I'm cool with them through the internet, but I've never met them. So I mean, we're cool, but I understand that y'all are cooler. But it even pissed me off and I love me some Q, I really do. But it pissed me off when Tremel brought that up, and Q was like, "Well, my people don't play about me." Like,
that's what pissed me off.
Somebody's life being put in jeopardy. We're not going to do that and make that okay. But then you want us to have the same respect for you. Your life is put in jeopardy.
Exactly.
What if you talk about your situation? Then we will be bad people. But you don't know whose intention or what their intentions was when they took the picture. But it's my people don't play about me. No, we can't do that.
Girl, you know what I heard though? They say down to the streets, girl. They say that's not even her real name, and that's one of the reasons why the girls couldn't find her.
She put her real name on the show. I mentioned that to her when she came up on Me Really Be at Abby's review. I said, "Girl, why you putting your government name out here on the show, and somebody could dox you? These people be crazy out here." And I'm not gonna go back. You can go back and watch the episode, but when they was on the phone with the lawyer and they said his full government name, I was like, "Oh, girl."
I didn't catch that.
Yes,
me either.
Yes, they did. I caught it. Y'all know I'll be missing too much. But
you miss a lot. You be missing a lot.
But my thing is, this is not.
I don't miss
even with that being filmed. I think for the sake of like protection, that should have just been blurted out. The same way when Nova was in her therapy session, we didn't see the face of the lady she was talking to. It was blurred out. Like you can block that out.
Because that was her homegirl. That wasn't not an actual therapist.
They blurred it out because that was a homegirl of a homegirl.
I mean, but respect is respect. You should have blotted that boy's name out. Like,
No, I
agree.
agree.
Agreed.
No, but from what I understand, when I asked Q about it, Q said he wanted it in. And I said, why would you want that in there? And he was like, oh, because I wanted people to see that everything, had been cleared up. I was like, what?
But again, El Teddy, leave the clip in, blur out his name. So in the case of
they would have had to blur it out because it was on the screen and you could hear the person say it. I was like, damn, like why would you? But I ain't got nothing to do with it.
In the world of production, you gotta know, some stuff just ain't right. You can't put
like that's on it because, and I think that's on Dario because the thing about it is we would never even know. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't change it if you blur it out. You know what I'm saying? If you blur it out or beep it out, it doesn't change, what that is. And things like that. But that was real reckless. I was like, oh.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, let me ask you this, El Teddy. Why is it that you really be and Ebby was pissing these people off so bad this season? Because it seemed like y'all was pissing them off.
I didn't do nothing.
It was
y'all reviews got the girl. I saw all y'all reviews. I didn't want to get my ass cussed out. Y'all had the girls on fire.
Y'all had them mad.
What we did, that was so bad.
I thought they would have been more mad at the chasing panel because of Carl and Tramel being on the panel. I thought they would have been more mad at us, but they seemed like they were mad with y'all all the time.
Yes, and I don't know why. What did I do?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, I will say this because I was definitely watching y'all at the gym. And El Teddy, bitch.
What?
El Teddy, you know how you roll.
But
honey.
he's always like that, though. He ain't do nothing different than he always does.
But see, that's the thing, though. If you notice, a lot of the attacks against y'all were by new girls. They don't know how y'all roll. They don't know how any of us roll. A lot of these girls, first time getting used to us. That's why fucking Jeremy got to do his little PSA. I got to do my little PSA. Hey, for you new cunts, let me tell y'all something, honey. I'm hood fish. But you gotta kind of remind these girls don't know who we are and what we give. Like that's why Noel was
me, Ebby, and really B. Our reviews, unlike everybody else's, we really don't be in the inside minutia. Like Scotty, them people can say, "Oh, y'all got Tramel and Carl on there," and Scotty's best friends with Jamar. Even on y'all Kiki panel, y'all be having inside connections where y'all be talking to people about what's going on behind the scenes. We really just come on here, baby, this is what we saw, and keep it the fuck moving. And if it's a good read, a good, little jab with or a little good joke in, we do that and keep it moving. We really don't be doing nothing that be way inside of the minutia, everything, and nothing like that. And they be mad at our observations of how they are portrayed. We are going based on, we don't have that inside information. I don't know what the fuck happened over there. Baby, I know what you showed me. That's it. That's all. And if it's a quick read, just like, and I'll admit, I said something about Q when he was in jail on our panel. And I told him when he came up and asked me about it. I said, you know why I said something? Because it was on the show.
Honey, you didn't just say something. You did.
I know what I said. I said it might have been a book. I sure did.
Honey,
I'll say it again.
Every word in the book of darkness and gave it to the children, honey.
But what I said is this. I said, when you're on a show, if you don't want people to go places on that thing, don't put it on the show. If you are sensitive, if you gonna feel some kind of way when people say something good, bad, or in between, leave it off the show, because once you put it on the show, it's show fodder and people can do with it whatever they want, good, bad, and in between, because you gave that to us. We didn't do that.
I do agree that there were a lot of things in this season that, although I think
I might lose y'all. I'm getting ready to go into a parking garage. If I lose y'all, I love y'all, and I'll catch up with y'all next time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, baby. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of stuff that was put in the season could have definitely been left out. Like, if it's not going to expound on who you are, your business you're chasing, or just like make sense. Like with Kendall's situation, for instance, like I love that journey, but that's something that should have been expounded upon and taken care of when it comes to curating the perfect storyline to carry that out, because of how, precious that particular story is with the concerning the baby situation. So it's like when 1 second we have the transfer of embryo into, you know, the surrogate, right? We have all that happening, and then in the same instance we have the obvious the child didn't make it, that process didn't work. So it's just like you can't do that because it just looks rushed, forced, and an attempt to humanize him at the same time. And I know
it is the damage was already done, because a lot of us was just like, okay, girl, you had already sullied any type of sympathy, empathy that people may have had because of the way you came off, the way you were portrayed. It was very hard for people to grasp onto. Oh my God, I feel so sympathetic for him. Not that we don't think it was a bad situation, but when you come off as being a villain, it's hard for people to go and say, let me feel this enormous amount of sympathy for a villain, because that's just how you were portrayed, unfortunately.
Plus, it's an ensemble cast. So, to the producer's defense, there's only so deep you can go into an individual storyline before it becomes disjointed from the rest of the cast. Like, this is a, you know, so you can show, because
but I feel like it's irresponsible.
But it's like he would need his own spinoff, like, honestly, for us to get into the minutia of what's going on, because you have to still show his life, but it still has to be in some way congruent to tie into the storyline of how he weaves in with the rest of the people. So you can show a little, the same way with Q. Like, we got to go a little bit, but we didn't learn the crux of what was going on until the reunion when he broke everything down. Otherwise, we were learning stuff by way of like live streams and things that were outside of the show, because they only can show so much, because the majority of the show has to be about them as a collective. So,
no, I get that part, but I think it's imperative that, like, when we touch on major moments of impact, like life shit, like the baby situation, I felt like that's a moment that we need to be emotionally invested. How do we get emotionally invested? That's what you want your audience to be when you just throw something up and then take it away within an instant. You have to let those kinds of things breathe and show and kind of like curate that story to a point, like that moments of impact. Like when we talked about Dior that one season with the salon, and then he ended up, come to find out, he was renting from a scammer. My thing is, the reason no one felt anything,
y'all using these trigger words. Y'all using these trigger words.
we can't get emotionally invested because we got to see you go to Home Depot to pick out supplies with your then boyfriend, but we didn't get to see the building or your vision come to actual life, visually speaking. So we're not emotionally invested in the fact that your landlord was a swindler.
Right.
You know?
And that's why I think storyboarding comes into play. I think it would have worked better in Kendall's. Let's just use Kendall. It would have worked better in Kendall's case had we known before the group knew that he was expecting a baby. Like, you could have been telling us in the confessionals, and just today. So that way we were right. So that way we're at the start of the journey. We're with you when you tell the group, and then we're with you when.
Oh, and speaking of that too, like even Rashida down to Chasing Orlando season 2, you briefly touched on all of these different elements of her life that are interesting and that were worth expounding upon. But you focused in on.
I don't think that was production's fault. From what I understand, she pulled out and said, "I don't want to do the story no more." So that wasn't they.
Well, the reason it was production's fault, because the reason she didn't want to do it no more is because production proved to be foolish and toxic. They wanted Mr. Platypus Face wanted the opportunity to exploit the negatives of her life instead of the positives. That's why she pulled out, and that's from her mouth. So it is a production issue, because instead of you seeing gold and saying, damn, these are different things that our community hasn't even touched on yet, girl, we need to find a way to curate this.
We could use more of her story instead of seeing her mama sing these Negro spirituals in the living room. That's just the truth. All right.
Exactly.
I would just like to say I still have questions for Rashida to this day. To this very
and the
day.
reason you have her because production didn't do their job in curating her story the right way. If we didn't have to live there too long,
I don't know that we would have wanted
the creative wherewithal to make it happen.
I disagree.
That story would have been able to lay out better.
I disagree. I believe that Rashida is a toxic individual surrounded and raised by other toxic individuals, because the way that she presented herself, I could see that shit going south, going sideways, and opening up a lot of cans of worms that these people do not have the intellectual stamina, fortitude, and wherewithal to really handle, because we see how they handled a situation this season. And I said from the beginning, before the season started, that this was going to be a train wreck when they had a cisgendered cishet woman on here, because I know these people that be on these shows, they're not into, I'm not saying all of them, but collectively most of them are not intellectually there. They don't have the experience. Some of them are still young. They don't have the life experience. They haven't been raised well first from childhood. But even in your gay life, or being a person that who knows yourself, there's a certain amount of growth and a certain amount of experience that you need to have, even just navigating being somebody that is gay or trans or things like that. And a lot of them are way too young, too inexperienced, and just are not there yet to really navigate these.
And I think that is why it's harder for us to review now, because back in the day we were dealing with adults. They were able to take the constructive criticism. We could have conversations. It may get a little messy, but we were able to reach a resolve, talk, and get some type of understanding. Now they just want to argue. Now these girls just want to be baddies. Now these girls just want to fight and be stars. And I think that is the problem, because y'all forget that part of being a star is dealing with all of this fiddle faddle at the bottom.
Yep.
Like, you can't talk to everybody. You can't argue with everybody. You'll exhaust yourself, because by the time you're done, the season is over and you have no product, nothing to show for it, and we've forgotten about you unless we're talking about you.
And that's why I remember this season. I don't know which live it was. I don't know if it was Aaron's live or if it was Really Be Live, but I know that Q was in the comments and he was basically saying that y'all reviewers don't know what it's like to be in our position. And then I turned around and I said, well, I do know what it's like, because I'm on the show too. And I already knew that when I got on the show, because of the fact that I've given commentary on some of these same people in the past, they felt like they can turn around and give commentary on me and go in on me, because they felt like
about it as a Justice League. We already discussed that.
We had already said that. And so what I chose to do when I got on the show was I didn't read them articles about me or the show. I didn't read those articles. I didn't watch any videos about the scene ATL. The last time I did that was when I crashed out. And after that, I didn't watch no more videos on the scene ATL. So
I think the beautiful part about all of us is, and what they did not realize is, we're not new to this. We've been doing this for a long time. We done seen it all, experienced it all. Like, we are the OGs of reviewing these shows. And so for y'all to come in here acting like we just green to this, we don't know. Oh, y'all miss us with that. You can't, that doesn't work on us. We know all of the ins and out, everything that happens. You can't get nothing over on us. And that, I think, was what they were mad about, because when you first come on these shows, you want to be looked at in a certain light, and you have an expectation that, oh, I said this way, or I did this way, so they automatically got to see me the way I want them to see me. And then when people put the mirror up and say, no, bitch, this is how we see you, and they be like, well, no, that ain't it. You got the wrong angle. No, bitch, we ain't got the wrong shit. That is you. And that is exactly who you are.
And I think what people realize is, as reviewers, we get talked about too. It's not just the people that's on the cast. We get talked. Y'all do videos and live streams, IG stories about us. So
let's be all the way real about that. Because before I was even on a fucking show, ghosts were making videos about me, putting me in their damn thumbnails every fucking day, and never got no response out of me. So I mean, I've been talked about. So what are we talking about here?
My thing that kills me with the backlash that we get as reviewers, and specifically like myself, I'll just put myself in it. When you hear these topics of discussion that are powerful in their impact, and you zero in on that, and you expound on that, and then you start talking about character, integrity, and the core of a human, that's when the girls get spicy and hot and real defensive. But then my thing is, I always ask this question, when I have the opportunity to speak to these girls. And I do want to say this, shout out to the girls, because nonetheless, they still were hitting links and willing to share, willing to talk, willing to have some level of conversation, you know, whether it was to cuss us out and to tell us how filthy we were towards them, or whether it was to explain their side of things so that we have a better understanding of what was actually going on. But I want to say, like, these girls, it's you start hitting on those things. Like, you didn't think that people were going to zero in on that. Like, when we talk about racist commentary, when we talk about prejudices, when we talk about these little buzzwords and these things that are, you know, socially unacceptable and frowned upon, especially in our community as Black folks and LGBTQ members, you can't say certain things or do certain things, especially in repetition, because that would make one believe that that is exactly who you are. So when we start touching on that part, these girls want to start having seizures and shit, like, oh, girl in that dusty, coke-infested basement girl spazzing out on the girls. Like, we can't have that. Because it's like, you showed up, and we always tell you girls exactly what the real tea is. How you show up on these shows is how you will be judged, how you will be talked about, how you will be viewed. And yes, you can hit that link to clear it up, but it will never change the fact of how you showed up. We'll have more understanding after the fact, but you girls need to be very wary on how you want to show up. For Nova, for instance, you just were on Karama, girl, a hot mess. My thing is this, you girls talk about how you want to get away from this life and you want to do better for yourself. The children's book idea is a wonderful idea. I love the idea. I love the concept. I love that she's brought it to fruition.
I don't love the concept from a bitch that can't conjugate verbs. What?
But what I'm saying though is like, I love the idea, but you get an opportunity to go on something like Karama. How do you even try to plug that based on why you're there? Based on the conversation that you have to have about being a whore and a slut and a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you plug on? No one's buying your book, especially if it's a children's book. What everyone wants to meet the author. Well, you meet the author, girl. She's down for the signing.
Right, she over there down in Riverdale, East Point, and College Park on the home stroll.
I'm just saying though, like, that's where you're gonna meet her for the for the book signing and a spaghetti strap.
Like, you gonna promote your children's book on your OnlyFans? That's what we're doing. We on my OnlyFans. Buy my children's book. Girl, stop playing with me.
Book signed by Nova. Let's start there. Who wants a book signed by Nova?
But see, here's the thing. It just goes back to what I think YB or Kat said it. When you on these shows, you got to think the way you're portrayed is just the way you're portrayed, and that's just something that you just have to understand and deal with. Because on the scene ATL, I was portrayed as a lovesick puppy that was pining over Bando, and that wasn't even a damn case. But that's what people looked at it as, and I just had to take that and deal with. I had to eat that up.
Well, they did drag y'all out like a lot longer than they should have with that situation, honey. They should have stepped on that real quick and then moved on and pivoted to something else. But I'm
gonna be honest with you, Carl was behind. I can say it now. Carl was even saying, "Okay, look, I'm sick of talking about Scotty and Bando. We need to talk about something else." And that's why I decided to. That's why I did in one of those.
So it's JT's fault. JT,
I had carried the ball.
Get it together, girl.
I was like, damn, another. Yeah, we're on a whole another week and we still talking about this. Like, and we could see as an audience that y'all were getting annoyed. Like, are we still talking about this?
Now, because mind you, I understood the flex behind it because that's been the topic of conversation since bitches want to talk about it in good or bad light. Y'all want to make them the topic of discussion. Let's go ahead and capitalize off it. Any good producer would make that decision. I'm not mad at that. But to land on it that way, I was like, girl, okay, we need to cucaracha this shit, honey. Storyboarding is
important. We could have made the entire season finale about Scott and Bando. We did
now.
If we did little breakfast, you could end the episode with it. But every episode, we had a whole the meat and potatoes of every episode was. What's going on with you? What the fuck? Like, are y'all fucking serious? Like, come on now.
Well, be glad it won't be like that next season. We got 5 other people on the show this season, so it won't be all about me and him. Thank God.
Like because both are polarizing. They are going to still find them. And the fact that Vando always got a comeback for every goddamn thing,
Vando be ready to windmill. Vando be ready to windmill, honey.
Now, if they wanted to make it real spicy and attention grabbing, girl, all they would have had to do. Now, Scotty, put down them damn Quick Trip hot dogs for a second and give us a nasty piece of session, girl. A soft one. You ain't got to do about him, girl. You can just go ahead and do a nasty piece of about him style, girl.
Allegedly. Where's our allegedly side cat?
I'm here. I got you.
Absolutely the fuck not. No.
You got to be on the draw. You got to be quick on the draw, cat.
I'm weak.
The girls are already hot to think. These girls are already hot to think. We don't need nothing else. You already, baby, we dodging rumors right now. Every time the boy go out of town, he's sleeping with somebody. So let's nothing with man sex.
Vando done slept with half the community. He done slept with half the community. Maybe he done had everybody. God damn.
Let them tell it. Let them tell it. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always something all the time. And then people be, it comes back on me.
On the show, everybody gonna want a piece. They said that on Housewives. Once you bring your man on the show, that's it.
Ain't nothing stopped. But that's the thing. Ain't nothing stopped anything. People come up, like, that's the thing. And I just had to get used to it. Like, people come up with their own narratives too. Like, they just say anything. Like, they think that I'm just some stupid ass, some bitch that's just stupid in love with a man that's out here cheating on me. Then they turn around and say that my friends don't like them. Then they just make up all kinds of stuff. It's so, but it's funny to me because that's just what happens with stuff like this. Like when you put yourself out there, that's what they do.
When the whole Vando was using Scotty, when that rumor got put to bed and people started talking about it, I was so happy because I'm just like, I feel how you felt about Tramel and Carl. I'm like, this is my friend and he's happy. Like, leave him alone. Like if y'all knew Scotty and y'all knew this story, he's been through fucking enough. Like, damn,
child, they don't care about what I went through. Child. They don't care nothing about my past. They don't care nothing about my story. They don't care about none of that. I just feel like people just wanted a reason to get at me for whatever reason. And it's just like once that show came out and I was a part of it, the people really found a reason to come at me then. Like
it's jealousy. Like you're successful, now you got a man, you done moved to Atlanta, now you popping, you an author, you got shit going on. People can't take. That's what that is.
But that's the thing, they never could take me.
No. They were waiting on you when you was doing when I first got put onto you and you was looking like me and my wife beater in your bathroom hitting it. I mean, ripping them girls on Basketball Wives to shreds.
But see, that's the thing. It wasn't like this until I started doing like web series content, and that's where the underlying
it be them girls.
Hate
it be the web series girls that be in their feelings.
Girl, these girls be jealous. These girls sit around their feelings, girl. These girls sit around and it'd be different if it was someone else, but Scotty's so unproblematic child and it stays out the way, very peaceful. Like if you watch his content, you know that. You don't have to know him like we know him to know that. Like you can kind of tell his vibe.
He's very generous and giving.
Like, I don't know him. I ain't never met him before in my life.
You a fucking lie.
Lord Jesus.
You a fucking lie. YB is the only YB and T are the only two people that have not seen me in person yet, and I can't wait for that day to happen.
You know what, Scotty? It's so funny. It's so funny, Scotty, because you're the only person that I hear that's met somebody that my channel calls 444. Now my channel don't know; they just know the name 444. But I was talking to somebody. That's 444, and I can tell him. I say that's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man.
I'll never forget the day we met him because Jamar was pissed that damn day.
Yes, because y'all was supposed to be going to. What was y'all?
We was at the G Status reunion that day.
Status reunion, yes.
And Jamar was so mad. Oh my god, that was the only time I've ever seen Jamar mad, and I was scared for my life.
Jamar was
so y'all should have known better. Why would y'all think that was going to happen?
You know what reunion
I blame y'all for that.
You know what reunion I win. The reunion I wish I could have attended in person was, remember that reunion when Lauren England and her boyfriend?
Yes, Lord, baby.
and the
When that
cousin
melee
girl,
hit, when that melee hit, she had on that black dress. I will never forget that shit.
Was
girl,
that
I felt like I
season
was
3?
watching Malice in the Palace all over again, bitch.
That was
I
season
was like,
3, was it not?
yes.
Was that season 3 or season 2
Season
of
3.
Chasing Atlanta?
I think it was season
That was season
3.
3.
That was
3.
3. That was 3.
Yeah, that's when
She had
she
just
had.
made her transition into being Lauren. She wore that
Mhm.
dress and
But,
baby.
but you know what was so funny about that shit? Y'all don't need to have an audience, but your man started it. So how the hell you sitting up here
And
doing
And you
all
know
that?
what is real
I
egregious?
tore the studio to shreds. The same man that tried to clown you once y'all broke up and said that mansion wasn't really yours. Oops.
Girl,
But
you know
did.
what's truly
So did.
egregious is the fact that her boyfriend was wearing the girls out wearing penny loafers, bitch. Penny loafers, girl.
Oh,
Y'all
They
girls
were
were
getting
getting worked
it
by a
in.
piece of trade that was wearing y'all out in penty loafers, honey.
Baby, they were over there getting it
they
in.
were
I
tearing
said,
that
oh,
studio to shreds.
I said, oh, girl. Oh, that was the iconic season that labeled me to label her. You know, that broccoli is done, girl. That broccoli has been done because cooking that man that overcooked broccoli and that Texas toast
I
from the
wanted
frozen
to be
section,
at,
girl.
I'm
Stop.
gonna tell you what reunion I wanted to be at. I wanted to be at the reunion when Scotty was over there with Roland so I could encourage Scotty to push that bitch down the stairs. I
Oh
wanted
my
Scotty to push
So
that
remember the
bitch
rumor
down.
had
Well,
came
I
out
wanted you to
that
push
he had
that
rolled
bitch
over
down the
your feet.
stairs.
Remember, it came out that he had rolled over your feet and ran over
And he
your
did not do that. That
I
never
said, bitch,
happened.
Scotty, you
No,
supposed to push
you know
that
who
bitch down.
he rolled over Sharad's feet.
That's who foot he ran over. He ran over
Yeah, girl.
Shiraz's foot.
I
It
that
wasn't
man ain't got
mine.
no
Baby, you were
fingers,
supposed to push
bitch.
that hoe
You
down.
done ran that man's toes over. That man got
Gerard
missing.
stayed getting his ass whooped on TV.
No,
Baby, I
because
was gonna
see,
encourage you, Scotty. Scotty, you was gonna whoop that ass if I had
I'm
anything to
telling
do
you,
with
I'm
it.
telling you that had not because we didn't even know that was him. That's the thing, because the thing was, if you watching this, Rollo, I am not dogging you, so please don't try to come at me on the next live that you're doing.
Girl, she'll be okay.
But the thing
I got
is,
you, Scotty.
Baby, allegedly.
but no, we didn't even know that was him at first. So
Girl, how do you
he
miss
was sitting,
it?
he was sitting behind us at shut up, YB. He was sitting behind us at first. And I told him, we brought this up on another live a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I had heard you behind me saying something about whooping somebody's ass behind me. Y'all talking about Sherrod. Sherrod's supposed to get his ass, but Sherrod's supposed to get his ass whooped. And then the next thing you know, when Devon picked up that damn library of books on that stage and hurled them at 4, it was over with. So that's how we had to get rushed out of the damn building. So me and Jamar standing over here to the side, and I remember, I think I called you guys during the melee
You
of
did.
that fucking
You
reunion.
did.
And we
Mhm.
were standing right there, and me and Jamar were just standing up there talking. And next thing you know, he had rolled up on us, and he was like, "Hey, Scotty," and I'm like, "Hey." I just said, I had said, "Hey," and then that was it. And I looked at Jamar and I said, "Do we know him?" Because I didn't know that was him.
Girl.
And then the next thing you know, that's when people were saying that he ran over my foot, and I'm like, that never happened.
No, he ran over Sharad's foot.
He ran over Sharad's foot.
Everybody
That's what
ran over.
Girl, that man already ain't got no fingers. Now y'all breaking shit over, girl. Y'all better stop, honey.
No.
Girl, and don't act like we didn't forget that lost footage of Barry and the girls wearing you out and beating your friend under a car down to the club, girl. Stop it, I say. Girl, that girl was getting worn out. And then you let Dre Simber in that 411 Community Action Authority backpack wear you out, girl. Stop it, I say. Not a box of Kleenex, girl, in her after hours. Let me shut up, girl.
I cannot.
I'm sorry.
Girl, they provided so much for us through the years. Like, shout out to y'all. We appreciate it, girl.
In terms of Sherrod that season, she had it coming. Because, bitch, you was running your mouth.
He was.
Girl, now out here selling ass for $40 to pay a phone bill, girl. Stop.
Just like that shit with Devon, you had it coming. How dare you?
Imagine you gave a ride to a bitch who fucked your man.
And had the nerve to say, she said it on your platform. I didn't want to say nothing because, bitch, I needed a ride.
Girl, that legendary live still lives rent free in my head. Hello.
That girl said she didn't say nothing to Devon because she still needed a fucking ride. Like, are you serious?
What
girl,
season
but you know what? Hey,
you
gotta get it, girl.
Wasn't that after season 1 or was that after season 2?
That was season 2.
That was after season 2.
In the
Emily
immortal words of that baby, but you wanted a piece. He couldn't sell it if you didn't want it.
$40.
No, 80. It was 80. It was
But
80.
y'all
It's
know,
He had the unlimited Metro plan.
when they were talking about the scene season 2, I did say something about Sherrod. I said, y'all want to count, maybe y'all should reach out to Sherrod.
Girl, I saw her ass on the Pop the Balloon, and I was like, girl, you are a hot mess still to this day. Girl, please. She is delusional. I used to love her, but
Wasn't he on the Pop the Balloon with women?
no,
No.
with
No, that was
with
one with Ike.
Okay.
Wrong.
Balloon.
No.
with the
I-
license.
Because that wouldn't make no damn sense. Why would he?
Who said something about? Did nobody say nothing about Barry up here? Did they? Nobody said nothing about Barry.
No.
Someone in the world.
Who is
I
that?
don't know.
Wait, what?
No, nobody said. I don't recall nobody else
I
saying
still
that.
because I try and be sensitive with Barry because they be talking. I still don't know.
All I
if
said
him
about
actually
Barry
has
was him and his friend was beating the girls under a car.
Listen, I'm just trying to figure out if that man actually has children. That question still ain't been answered. Ain't that the one who be threatening people that he gonna meet them outside their work?
9 times out of 10, he will meet you outside now.
I know. I seen it. I seen it for myself.
Listen, that man. Listen.
Hey, and the person who chooses violence, I understand.
Yes, like when he says he gonna choose violence, he gonna choose it.
He means it.
Yeah, he means everything he say.
As a collective, as a Justice League collective, what do y'all think are some of our greatest moments
Oh,
in our lifetime of being a Justice League?
When we did the reunion after the reunion, when Reese went the fuck up, and
When Reese called the last girl,
and we came right behind him.
Justice League Unite at 10 p.m. Bitch, what's going on?
And then Trey Howard and the baby got into it, and then George and the other baby got into it. Child, that live was
Now I will say this: it was one live that Abby had on her channel because I went back and looked for it a couple of weeks ago, and I was on the live too. And it was Reese and George on there arguing, and George had me so fucking tickled, and he was making Reese so mad every time because he said the girls are girling, and I was just
No.
But George has always
One
been a
of
character.
us did a
Remember
live.
time they had the group chat TV show?
Mhm.
George was eating, what's his name? Fred Hammond. What's his name?
Who?
Not
Fred
Troy.
Hammond.
Travis Ware.
Travis.
Oh, I don't know who
Every
that
week he would
is.
eat him the fuck up, and I'm like, damn, are y'all not cool?
We went
He-
live one time right after Reese and George when they threw the chair at the back, and both of them was on the live with her. I forgot who channel that was, and they was going at it on that live.
No, I think it was Markel that threw that chair.
I mean Markel, not Reese and Markel,
And
not
then
George.
you
I'm
know the
sorry,
shit was planned.
Reese and Markel,
Girl.
and they was on the live with us, going back and forth. Child, it's been a lot.
Over something that was fabricated. It came out later that was the whole planned scene.
I don't think that chair being thrown like that was.
Yes,
That chair hit Mama hard.
Yeah, specifically
no.
the chair was planned.
That chair was the only thing that
But
wasn't
was
planned
he
was them
supposed to
burning
be
them
hit that
goddamn
hard? Baby, that chair hit him hard.
It
That
did.
one.
Another
Well, look
moment.
who threw it.
What
Well,
about
another
when
moment that
Abby
I
read
can-
Ted Lee's book?
Another
What about
moment
when
that I can
Abby-
think of.
What about when Abby read Ted Lee's book with every grammatical
God.
error and all of that stuff from cover to
Abby, you
cover?
are wrong.
And I
You are wrong.
cried. I was crying, laughing. Okay, crying. I literally was crying.
I have another Abby moment actually. Remember that night
Abby got
on
all
my
the moments.
channel when we were celebrating my 20K and Corday
I
came
done
up here
apologize
and she
several times
cussed
for that.
him out that day. I think YB
Yep.
cussed him out too.
She
That
did.
was Terrence's
I
fault.
lost
Let
my
the record
marbles.
I would love because I got blamed for how that happened. Let
How
the
did that
record
even
reflect
happen?
that is Terrence's fault. That whole day, I was already reading Corday for filth. I forgot what happened.
Because we
But girl,
knew
I was
Corday
there.
was
I was
coming. And
roasting her.
I think YB was waiting for Corday. I know YB was already waiting for Corday to come on there anyway.
I was wearing him out, and then he went over there. This literally, your live. I ended my live literally like an hour before you started yours, because I was like, okay, I gotta come over here to the anniversary trial. I'm gonna get to the tea, and we gonna whatever. I had just got finished reading that bitch for like the 14th time that day. So, child, she came over there, and then here go T talking about some share the link, girl. You know that's when she was drinking that blue bamboo shit or whatever, girl. I was like, yeah, girl, she drunk as fuck. So this bitch came on there, and then she started. So I lit her ass the fuck up.
Yeah, that's
Y'all like,
true.
oh my
That
god,
was
guys,
my
stop
fault.
doing this. Y'all popped this bitch up
That
here,
is
so
very
we finna
much
wear
so
her out,
true.
girl.
Yeah, because I knew you was gonna wear his ass out. That's why I said drop the link. I was being messy.
I
Well,
said, child, okay, let's get him.
I feel
No,
like I
I
was
never
pushed into
forget.
that
You
cuss out.
live
I
for a
don't
good
know.
soul drag, T. We
No,
know
no.
that.
I would never forget Abby and really B when we did do the goddamn Ariel interview. Kept texting me, please don't say nothing. Please don't cuss her out. Please don't say that. I was like, what? I have fucking questions.
It
Oh, was that
amazes
when
me that
she
you
made
be
that
acting like you
controversial
don't do what
statement
you do.
about black boys should be killed by
Because you
police?
used to offend every male person we had on the thing. Every time. We used to be like, oh my God, here he goes.
But unlike others, she took accountability, responsibility, hello God, and it was genuine. And hello, that's what we need, require, and desire out here. So y'all take notes. Miss Ariel gave grace. Okay.
People be mad at me because I ask tough questions. Bitch, we have questions.
Period.
And we need real answers. Not this fuck shit y'all be trying to graze over. No, we need real answers. And if I don't get a real answer, I got a subsequent question. Oh, wait a minute, I got another question. That's how I feel about it.
How is she? I haven't heard from Ariel in such a long time. How is she doing?
That's a good question.
That's a
I
good
thought I heard
question.
she fell out with everybody.
Girl,
Well,
it's a
I think
story.
she's still making. I think she's still making clothes for the girls. For the
What about
girls.
music? I haven't heard anything on the music side either. Like Bobby Bankrose was doing her damn thing for a minute.
Girl, I got the tea, but the tea is not good tea. So I just because I love her and I really like her.
Let me ask you this.
We'll save it for the group chat.
Let me ask you this though: does it have anything to do with anything she said in her interview with you?
That is the catalyst, and that is the catalyst. Yes.
Well, we pray her wealth, health, and prosperity.
Yeah,
Lord.
sure.
Let's keep it together, God. Amen.
Wasn't Dallas the good old days, y'all? Dallas was good. Dallas gave us what we needed. Dallas gave us what we needed, girl.
Ooh, speaking of Dallas, I would just like to officially apologize to Chloe because she said I made her cry, and that was never my intention.
No.
When I talked about her lace front and her wig,
that made her cry. Out of all the things that was said about Chloe, that made her cry.
It was the very first episode, and I kind of let her have it. She said I made
Mother
her.
said her balls were hanging out, but her wig was
I let her have it too. Yeah, I
did too.
The girls was like, "Oh my God!"
I was like, "You need to have witch hazel."
well, listen. I mean, Abby has said she said shit about FE and the eyebrows too. So I mean, hey,
I did because I didn't like them. I didn't like that they were.
We all have said stuff about people.
But the
if,
thing
you're
is,
gonna match
most of
them,
these people,
if you're gonna have blonde hair and blonde eyebrows, then the blonde should match. They shouldn't be two toned. That doesn't look.
Abby did do that. She did say that, and I didn't even remember. And I had to go back and watch and say, "Oh shit, them eyebrows do look kind of janky. They do look jacked up." And when we did that review of that first episode, I did drag Chloe and said, "Girl, who let you out?" Now, remember, I had to steal pictures of her wig up and stuff, and said, "Girl, who let you out the house like this?"
We all drag people to first. I remember first episode of Orlando. The pimp, the city princess. I drug her for that yellow outfit she had when she went to. I said, "Baby, you was dressed like Rosa Parks. Like, what was you doing?" We all said what we
Mine
needed
broke
to
apart.
say.
I remember we drug her because she had that Star Crunch shit all over her face.
Remember the season
I love
that
the Star
Atlanta
Crunch
went
show.
to Atlanta. The Atlanta cast went to Orlando, Miami, or whatever, and they were sitting at that hotel, and the camera zoomed in on Berlin's feet.
Oh, girl, let me tell you something. I was
No.
done.
Oh, no. I'm gonna tell you what was. We didn't do a lot of lives on it, but that channel got a lot of run because I woke up one morning that y'all had 48 pages of fucking voice messages.
Ooh, we always do you
when
like
that goddamn video with Astro and the chef came out.
Oh yeah,
girl.
No, since you want to blame people, let's blame the right person. That lies at the feet of YB.
Yeah.
That lies
YB is not the only one that was sending that out. Because YB is not how some of us got it from other places. I ain't gonna say all of that.
I didn't
Some
get that
of us got it from other places.
That came straight to my. I don't normally get the business.
That came.
Well, you know,
I
ended up getting a little more, but I ended up getting more, but that stuff was retracted, and also he had closed down his X account, his Twitter account at the time because he found out
clips from the OnlyFans. Somebody sent me clips from his OnlyFans.
All I got to say is mother knows how to eat pipe, honey. Hello, God. She knows how to serve. Mother
Baby,
knows how
I need to
to
go look at my Instagram DM because I might still have them.
I just want to know which
she said
reviewer
she's
Noel was
delivered now,
shading on that one after show. I don't know who he was shading, but
What
I felt
what he
like
said. It was probably Loretta.
That's what I'm saying. It was probably Really B who
because he said he ain't like Really B. He said he had a problem with Really B.
No, but what was the comment that he made? What did he say?
I don't know what he said,
I don't know.
Noel, because he had made a comment. I think allegedly he made a comment on his after showing on another YouTuber's platform about these reviewers that he don't like or whatever. And I knew he wasn't talking about us because he would come on our platform. So he.
I thought he was talking about me, and I lit his ass up. I lit him.
Yeah, you did light him up.
He came.
And
He
then
would talk about he didn't like.
Apparently,
us
they
at
weren't
first
talking
and
about us.
blah,
They were
blah.
talking about that Buffalo Soldier built bitch Aaron and Roland's ass.
Damn! Oh my god!
That's what they were talking about. That's because I'm not gonna lie, girl. I don't see these children. I don't know these children. I don't care about these children like that. So I didn't even know they had a
I'm always
platform
the
to speak
naysayer.
of. So
y'all
when,
always mad at me because y'all say I don't like
in,
nobody. Y'all be mad at me because y'all say I don't like nobody, which I don't
like nobody.
But I'm always ended up being right.
But they don't be liking us. My thing is like one comment causes you not to like us, baby. We're not gonna say everything in your favor, love. Like we just not. That's not how a show works.
But I still don't know why they. I still don't understand why they hate Really B, Ebby, and Teddy. I don't understand.
Well, they're upset. Well, Noel said he was upset with me because when he came in, he's like, "Oh, it's Noel," but you knew that, and I was like, "No, baby, I didn't know that because I don't know."
We all know you don't. We all know you don't give a flying.
Well, I will give a damn.
We know
really
you
be gonna mess up somebody's name. We know that. Really be gonna always mess up a name. And me, I'm just gonna skull drag you a little bit and keep it moving and not give a damn. There you go.
But I come from a place of love. I don't really be trying to
really. No, Abby, no. This season, you have been skull dragging people. It's been a couple times. Me and Loretta have to sit here like, oh shit. Oh God. I didn't turn my whole screen off.
And then what makes it worse is when people come back and be like, you know what, Abby, this really hurt my feelings. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. Right. I'll be like, oh my God.
I don't care.
I will say this. I will say that when it comes down to it, L Teddy do be right about a lot of stuff and a lot of people. And a lot of times I don't be listening.
Which is why I'm mad I ain't tell y'all about our new scammer right now. I blame myself.
So, like I'm saying,
blame me.
He be right about a lot of stuff and a lot of people. And there have been, I know there was a time that I had to call L Teddy myself one time and say, you know what? I really don't like to tell people that they're right about stuff, but You were absolutely right
I
about
be
this.
trying to
part.
look out for my people. I be trying to look out for, because
But it's not. But it don't just be El Teddy either, because T and YB do the same thing too. Like they're like, because T will be like, "Bitch, I told you that bitch wasn't shit. I told you that bitch wasn't shit." Then YB will be right there with El Teddy from the very beginning. That bitch don't like you. That bitch don't like you. But then Cat will also be like, "Well, I didn't want to say it, but I thought the same thing from the very beginning."
Y'all know with that one person who I'm still not cool with. I told y'all from the jump. I said I don't know what it is about her. I just don't fuck with her. Y'all
Yes,
her
you
life,
did.
I just, and over time I was just like sitting back like, I fucking trail these hoes. I knew that bitch wasn't worth a damn. I knew it.
Yes, you definitely
And
was
was
saying it.
saying.
Like y'all do be right a lot of the time, but you know sometimes I have
Listen,
to
y'all
follow
should
my
Super
own.
protective of Scotty because Scotty is the baby. So
Really?
he always very protective of you.
We
Now y'all just ain't nobody said nothing to me. Y'all just let me be out there. But
right. We ain't worried about you. We
You don't
ain't
care.
worried about you at all.
You don't care.
At all.
You're not losing no sleep over at all.
I'm not. But still.
Evan, you be the first one to be like, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't.
Y'all be wanting me to care about stuff a lot though, and then I be trying to care, and then I have a little bit reserved, and then I run out.
I don't know with these people because like I don't care. Like I'll talk about it at nauseum, and I'll give you my heart and tell y'all what I really think. But after I hit in and say same place, same time, bitch, I don't give a fuck about nothing I just said. Like,
listen, I don't give a damn about none of this shit. None of this shit.
Literally don't care. Like that be the thing. That be the thing. That be the literally thing. Like I literally don't. That's why when people be getting mad about what we be saying up here and stuff like that, or they think that we're mad at them for what I really don't be caring about it. Once I end my stream, I ain't thinking about y'all.
And that's the thing.
And
Johnny,
please know that whatever I
review.
say on these YouTube
Yeah.
streams, I will absolutely say it to your face. Because what you gonna do?
And that's the thing about it is, Scott, is especially that's why I say we really don't be giving a damn. Baby, we come up here, say what we got to say, and go on. A lot of time, half the time, they got to remind us, bitch, you said such and such. Oh, I did. Oh, I mean, you said
I guess the thing is they be thinking we care because we address certain things that people say when we up here. That doesn't necessarily mean that we care. We're addressing what you're saying, but once we get off, we're not thinking about it no more. It's just.
And the only reason why we're addressing it is
when am I getting my next
at hand. We're talking about the show. You're on the show.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, people need to understand we're judging the character of what we're seeing. We don't know you. We are seeing the character that you portrayed as 1/8 or 1/4 or 1/6 of this.
But see, and another thing is the difference between me and a lot of these folks. When I see, if I got a problem with any of these people and I see them, I address them. If I feel like I need to address them, I'm gonna address them in person. Like I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on no motherfucking lives. I'm not gonna be doing none of that. When I see you and you walk up to me trying to speak, no, what you say about me on that live the other day?
Exactly.
Can we talk about that?
Baby, I got to be the scene of life.
I think people get this warped vision in their minds that we associate their true character with what we see on the show. That's like walking up to Jamie Foxx and saying, I don't like what you did in Dreamgirls. I don't like how you was when you was. Girl, we know that these are two separate people. Like, you're on a show on an ensemble cast. Just like, while I don't respect anything that she had to say or anything that she did on the show, I can completely understand people when they say Nova is a completely different person when the camera's ain't rolling.
Yeah. I get it. And some of these people,
I don't get it, and I don't believe them.
It's just for me. I just feel like for me, most of these people just don't keep the same energy. I keep it all the time.
Wait, Kat, are these some of her Johns or some of the trades that say she's a totally different person? I'm just asking.
Shut up.
No, sir. We're not
down to the red roof.
Too many people for me to keep up with.
These are not the people that be down to the whole stroll in Riverdale and East Point.
Absolutely no.
For me,
and I also need them to know when they make their dedicated lives and they talk about reviewers and they want to cuss. Yeah, you gonna have to send it to me individually. Otherwise, I ain't never gonna see it.
We never
I
see
didn't
it.
We're never gonna see it.
Literally
Unless
don't.
somebody come back and bring it back
Literally
to us.
don't.
We're not gonna see it.
We literally have to put it in the group chat. Say, hey, by the way, so
It's been
I
like
really
it's
like
been plenty of times I done came to y'all and been like, somebody sent me this, and do you see what the fuck they? What? Because somebody have to send me the shit. I don't be paying this shit no motherfucking mind. I don't care.
There's somebody today, I forget who it was, but they were talking about me. I forget who it was. They were talking about me and YB. I still haven't seen it because I don't give a damn. No, it was Donnie. Donnie Moon had something to say about me. Bitch, I still haven't heard it.
Why is that?
Sir, are you
Donnie
still
Moon?
self-medicating with crack?
you know my block.
I'm just gonna talk about to the fact that homeboy knocked your senses are loose when he wrapped your ass up in that boxing ring, and you just don't know.
First of all, where's your daddy to come get you and take your phone and put you on punishment?
The daddy need his ass whooped too, because obviously he's an enabler as well. These people that have the nerve, and some of these girls that try to come up against us piss me off, because it's like, girl, at least I know for myself and a lot of y'all, we call out foolishness, and these girls be drug addicts. These girls be in the depth of the pits of hell. These girls be in suffrage. These girls are looking for a tower, bitch, hello God, to serve as their refuge because they have none. And come to find out, when we start calling that stuff out, girl, use the energy instead of reading us to getting your life together. Because obviously you need it, and you're just mad because we called y'all out for what the real is. Girl, you showed up as a druggie. You have a drug spoon throughout your whole entire family line. Your dad is an enabler, and obviously, someone needs to contact the FBI because allegedly there are children buried in backyards. So y'all
right. Hold on.
That is news to me. Who got children buried in the backyard?
Apparently, the ex-boyfriend, the one they went on horse and carriage, girl, playing the Rihanna vibe to the soundtrack of Life, girl.
It's a dog in the backyard, not a human.
Girl, apparently the boyfriend was messing with a sugar daddy who's some kind of crazy meth head, girl, and Rich is all out get up, and he has a thing for allegedly luring children and doing unheard of things to them.
Girl, I
as
none of my business. Oh my God.
I cannot.
And these girls right here having sexual relations with animals and contracting the herb, girl, and transferring it to one another and exposing everyone at each other's status as well. These girls are disgusting and they're a disgrace to humanity. Get them out of our experience. Talk about us, girl. Talk about yourself. Admit yourself into a rehab center, bitch, and get your life together. These girls are hot mess.
But I'm the mean one. And YBB over here skull dragging people. And don't y'all try to let Scotty off the hook. We have years of evidence of Scotty skull dragging people out the goddamn closet. Don't do that, Scotty. You remember the days of Mr. Still Standing. Don't act like you what over here skull dragging everybody.
I literally didn't even say nothing. I'm looking at my phone, and I just somehow got drugged into this.
And Terrence know to be quiet. Oh, I'm glad T is quiet. He already know to be quiet.
He still be dragging people. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. That's my point.
No, and literally with T, we be trying. We be pleading with. I want y'all to know this. I want to say this publicly. Chat, world, universe, we plead with T not to do this shit. We be like, please don't drag these people. Please don't say this. And he be like, okay, live at 11 o'clock, y'all. And I just
we still working.
We try. We fight for y'all. We really do fight for y'all because we know his mouth is legal and we know what can happen. We really
it was one time I said, you know what, T, fucking go on and do what you got to do, child. Ain't nothing I can say or do about it. Just go.
And that's exactly what I did.
Scotty is always the last word. We can say, oh no, T, don't do it. Scotty be like, go ahead. Why not? It's
done.
It's done. I oftentimes find myself having to play, the little animation where you have the angel and the devil on your shoulder. I have to sometimes be like that with Scotty, like, girl, sometimes it's okay to be a little nasty, a little rude, girl, and serve these girls a little nasty piece of truth and justice, because sometimes these hoes deserve it, girl. Honey, these hoes.
I am gonna tell everybody in this chat, T, YB, L Teddy, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and put Cat into this too. They all have been waiting for me to click my button and drag several different people. They
I
have
have
been waiting for
been
that.
waiting.
You can add my
Waiting
name.
with bated breath.
Let me put a time and a place, bitch. We ride at dawn, bitch. whenever you ready. Because I'm sick of it.
Listen,
They have been waiting. Do you hear me? They have been waiting.
my good side is when I ask, when I'll text Really Be or Abby or somebody and say, please give me a reason not to click the button. But when I don't give a fuck, they don't even know. All they see is the thumbnail video starting. Because I don't even say no. I'll ask no questions, bitch. We clicking the live and a book is coming out and somebody finna get dog walked. Somebody finna get monkey.
I be neutral in the situation.
You have graduated. The Book of Darkness was a dark era.
It was.
It was a very dark time.
Through that. Before take me through that was a thing, bitch. You was taking them through that, bitch.
He was.
Baby, listen, God is working. Now the book is still it's in the room over there. And I'm waiting. Somebody's gonna make it come out of me. And it might be in the next 48 hours. I promise you.
It was so
it
bad.
Might be in the next 48
it was so
hours.
bad that when we would bring guests on to interview them as a collective, we would have to assure them we gonna handle El Teddy. We got him. Don't worry about it. You ain't got nothing to be scared of. We got it. Like we would have to assure them because they were scared to talk to us because El Teddy was gonna drag them for life.
That's why these new girls, when they be all up in, they panties in a bunch of shit, and we real nice now. We are very tame now compared to how we used to be. Girl, these girls wouldn't have made it back in the day. These girls wouldn't have made it.
Never would have made, never.
So it's El Teddy's fault. El Teddy was a bad influence on me. So it's all his fault. So blame El Teddy.
I will take that, Terrence. I will take that.
I'm telling y'all, y'all been waiting. I promise y'all been waiting. Y'all have been waiting.
Apparently you had a moment where you let the girls have it, and Terrence let us know in the chat, like, oh my God, he finally did it, y'all. He finally did it.
We did it and then didn't tell us. It didn't tell us so we could come and watch.
Didn't say a word.
Listen.
I'm really just waiting. I want to relive a moment in time where I was connected with Scotty and how I know I'm a chaotic spirit, and also he has that as well. Is because YouTube suggestions many years ago led me down the path because I was watching Basketball Wives. God. Shared a mutual disdain for Jennifer and Evelyn Lozada and getting these girls together. I'm just waiting. Y'all don't know a read down. You don't know that force of nature, bitch, that will be bestowed upon you. If he gets into his bag like that and he goes against you, it's over. You think I'm bad? You think T is bad? Girl, this boy here will obliterate your fucking existence. Your spirit and soul will be exalted.
With the Basketball Wives reads that he would give out back then.
That's why it was so. That's why to me it's so crazy to me when people be coming at me and I literally don't respond, and then when I do respond, they look at me like I'm the one that. But they came from me, so how the fuck am I the problem for responding? That's the craziest thing. So that's one of the reasons why I never just respond like that, because every time I do, I'm the issue when I respond. Like, he's
they think because he's not gonna respond because like they check their demeanor. Oh, he's calm, he's cool, he's giving, he's not gonna respond back. But when you finally do, it's like, oh wow, it's so egregious how he came for us. Like, nah, girl, y'all asked for a girl, like, and then when you show the receipts, girl, like the receipts against Dominique Morgan and her thievery, girl, you have no choice. Truth is upon you, girl. Accept it for what it is, girl. Fall to your knees and accept it.
And also, some of these girls just want a moment. They see how popular he's getting and how his letter is socially climbing. They want a moment. They want to be read by Steve Scotty.
Some people really just be wanting a problem with me, and it just be like, I just be like, listen, I ain't did like just yesterday, like somebody literally just commented on my Instagram just yesterday, and I'm like, I don't even know you like that. Like, if you want to, like, if you're looking for your next 5 minutes, go call Track Phone, because I'm just not a prepaid phone card for your extra minutes. I'm just not. So just go on by your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people really do be looking. Some people do want them on.
They do. The Housewives girls are just mapping her.
Right.
Oh, what I do, baby?
Like, literally, don't be bothering these people, and they be so
What y'all
mad.
blaming me for? I didn't say I hated Portia, but the bitch is wrong, and if she's wrong,
That bitch ain't shit. That bitch Portia ain't shit.
I'm about to say, yeah, girl, Portia can burn for all eternity for all I care.
Girl, that bitch ain't shit.
I'm so over her. You
Well,
know
she
what?
gotta correct her
What's really
brain cells
sad?
first.
What's really sad is that we watched in real time the great disrespect towards the Candy Burris, no longer Tucker, Honey, Hello God, during that time period when she colluded with Phaedra to put those lies in disgust against Candy, which could have ruined Diane's reputation, could have stripped her of Dime coins, could have just did all the things to her and took her down there based on reputation alone. On top of that,
Yeah,
we
she's
saw in
still
real time
colluding
her
with
sneak
Phaedra.
her way into stealing someone's husband who welcomed you into their home. Then on top of that, now you find yourself eating coochie. Girl, please.
I'm telling you, she's still pulling with Phaedra. That last episode pissed me off when they were she was getting into it with Kelly, and she was like, Kelly was fucking that man on the plane, and you know Phaedra. Bitch, why in the fuck are you using Phaedra as your validation of all people? Like, after all she done put you through, after all y'all done been through, after all of the hell y'all have caused, y'all want to team back up for some more teams?
Child.
Why are you expecting Portia to have any common? That girl ain't got two brain cells to rub together. Why wouldn't she do it?
And Phaedra ain't got no.
That doesn't
Listen,
even make sense.
and then
But I'm
Phaedra ain't got no.
what's what I said about most men. She may be dumb, but she ain't stupid.
Phaedra was
Portia might be dumb, but she ain't stupid. She got real good sense. She be saying
Phaedra
dumb
was
apples.
on that not last episode, but episode before last, damn near trying to auction her son off to the next pedophile on the fucking show.
Teddy,
That shit was so cringeworthy.
So uncomfortable when that boy took his shirt off and she was talking about Baywatch.
Right.
I'm like,
We wouldn't even thought of that. Listen, the boy was going to get in the pool. I was like, okay, he's going to get in the pool. She was like, yeah, because my son always liked to have his shirt off. And
That was
maybe he's 15. What the fuck are you doing?
Not only are you pimping him out on TV, he is shirtless in front of a bunch of grown men. Are you serious? One being Portia. Are you fucking serious?
That shit was
But
cringe.
then again,
Portia don't hop on that as soon as he turn 18.
You know she is.
It's a Reiki.
But you know what? Karen, she's not. First of all, he ain't bad built. And he a little too high yellow. Portia like a bad built and dark skin unless you have a cooter and fallopian tubes and ovaries.
And a lot of ugly.
Because Dennis, I still don't see what that was about. I don't get any part of that.
She like a bad built and ugly.
And poor.
That's all.
And poor. With the appearance of rich, but really poor.
Scam me on.
Mm-hmm. She's a fool. And this is why I don't like about early stuff. Like these girls, late bloomer shit pisses me off for one reason. Look how she was with that relationship when we were introduced to her with Corday. We look at the prison princess girl, Hello God Rapunzel, throw down your bundles, bitch, so Trey can climb up and save you from this wretched tower that has you confined. Once she got released from the shackles, girl, that led her down the path of loneliness and lack of self-worth, now she's realizing her pussy power. She's a late bloomer, and now she's a whore, and she's doing all these things that are not becoming of someone who is the fucking granddaughter of a civil rights leader, bitch.
From what I understand, that bitch been whoring herself since high school.
Well, look how she got Corday more than likely.
And then you want to talk about her being the granddaughter of a civil rights leader, baby. She didn't even know what the Underground Railroad was.
That's true. Then that's even more egregious.
Pop my butt, pop my butt. Do you know what that meant to Harriet Tubman? Oh well.
I'm just saying.
I'm finna go to them bushes that El Teddy was weeping in yesterday.
Yeah. Because yesterday I had to go to the bushes. And
I'm gonna go to that hole. I'm gonna go to that hole.
Mary, don't you weep, and Martha, don't you moan.
Sure, I just had to go to the bushes and weep at it.
Nah, bro, it's just a hot mess. These girls be doing the most, and then wonder why people have judgment for them. And again, shame on Andy and shame on Bravo, because a lot of that stuff, girl, I wouldn't be putting up with. Girl, you crazy as hell. Because y'all didn't want to call out that bullshit that Kim Zolciak and her racist ass husband at the time did it down to that reunion. How they was trying to cop those motherfucking fake ass pleas and go against the girls because they was black. Because they was black.
They had cameras all in the restroom. You should know, Andy. You should know. Basically, what you're saying is because you white, you supposed to have eyesight.
Girl, the way in which the Atlanta girls can't do much, but you'll let them do something as egregious in nature to each other.
Scotty,
But
let
let
me
a
ask
white
you,
woman do that shit
because
to
I'm a
them.
fellow fan of K Michelle. I don't know about anybody else on the season. I mean, on the panel. How we feeling? Because
Did you see her
I love K
introducing
Michelle. I
last
think I will
episode?
always love K Michelle, but she's doing a little bit
Hey,
too
Michelle is doing a whole lot, and it's not making sense
at all.
It's not.
So it's
At
not
all.
making sense. And you know, everybody knows how much I love her, but if
that's all
it's
I'm saying.
indefensible, I'm not gonna try to defend it. If it's indefensible, like nah.
I don't think she
Oh,
ever
And
said
that's
that
why
on
also,
the
you have a
She-
history of reality shows on
She lost me at the cheating thing. That's where she dropped me off right there at the cheating.
She lost me period.
Her husband and the cheating. And
That
all of
dropped
that.
I mean, I'm okay for people having a
Be off to the
different
side
like.
of the road at the bus. I said, "Let me out." There's a bus stop right up there. I'm gonna sit in the enclosure because
I
I
think
can't
it's
ride
okay
with you
for
no
people to
Well,
have
come
like
on into the bushes, baby.
non-traditional,
Come to the
out of the
bushes.
box type of relationships with themselves, and that's fine with me. But my thing is, certain things you just shouldn't say out loud because you have to realize how foolish that may sound to the mass majority of people listening to it. Like, girl, he could do what, and he could do what
No, but
without
this is
doing
why it
what,
really
and you
sounds
accept
bad.
this, and you
But let's
accept
be
that.
clear.
This is why it
That
sounds
ugly ass man ain't getting that many people to his
she gets in
fucking
her
DM.
interviews. She gets in her interviews and she says, "Oh, my man can do whatever he wants as long as he ain't paying the bills."
She gonna say that because that bitch look like my left testicle.
Yeah, when you're on the show, it's don't talk about me in black. I'm a married woman, so you gotta make sure you can't even be linked to another name because you're a married woman. But he can sleep with other women as long as he ain't paying the bills. What the fuck?
Yeah, it contradicts itself.
On top of the fact that we real K Michelle fans know that you know that doctor that dentist been in that girl's life for years. Why you wanted to marry him right before you came on the show?
Exactly.
So she could be the wife of the housewife.
She could be an actual housewife.
So she could actually be a housewife. My thing is, what bills is he paying? Don't you have money, sister friend? Like, you should have enough money where you don't have to settle for this type of bullshit.
Not sister friend.
Niggas is like buses, bitch. If you and that big donkey that you trailing behind you, if you know what the fuck to do with it, if you just stand in the same spot for 5 minutes, if you drop that nigga, another one is coming up the street in 5 minutes. So I don't understand why is you settling for some nigga who can't, like, that is the bare minimum. The bar is in hell for you to be able to keep your hands and dick to yourself. I don't understand. That's just the bare minimum.
Listen, I think she's projecting. The people are not out here clamoring to get at that man at all.
She gotta.
I ain't gonna hold you. We are not beating down here. No.
You can let this man sleep with other women, but you draw the line at being linked to another man, and one man talking
Because
about
she know ain't no other women out there trying to sleep with his ass. That's why she's like, yeah, y'all come on in. Let the floodgates in. That, you know what she's doing? I'm gonna tell you what she's doing. She's trying to make her man go up in the estimation.
Make him desirable.
Right. Make him go up in the estimate. But he's not. We don't believe you,
You
man.
ain't even getting into his business. If he's a dentist, why you going to somebody else for your teeth with him?
Exactly.
That makes no sense.
Well, then there's that.
You didn't even go to Dr. Heavenly. You went to some rando. I want to talk to Dr. Tamar.
Well, to be honest, I don't think that if I was with a dentist, I would want my man doing anything in my mouth. Well,
he did her teeth before though, Scotty. You know that.
Girl, so you trust him to
He did her teeth
throat.
before.
You trust
How
your
many fucking
husband.
separate teeth do
Hold
you
on,
need?
bitch. You trust your husband to plunge your throat late in the midnight hour. Girl,
Right,
after
but
that's what I would
after
say.
Hell but you don't
do
use
your
a
teeth
professional
for free.
dentist, girl, and you
So
don't
he
let him
can
do your
drop
teeth for the
drop
free.
your
Girl,
kids in the daycare of your throat, but he can't fix your
Girl,
tooth.
you listen, that ain't even fiscally smart. You over here paying thousands of dollars for some random person, but your husband is a whole fucking. You sound as stupid as Pinky, who talk about I'm filing for bankruptcy, and your husband got millions and millions of dollars and can give you the money to pay this shit off. Like, y'all just. This is not a.
I thought you don't drag people.
Deltas, come here, members of Delta.
I thought you don't drag people. What are you doing?
Don't get not your sorors, y'all sorors, okay? And tell them this is not a good fucking look.
Speaking of being fiscally responsible, Kelly, your man can afford $70,000 for your teeth, but you in debt and filing bankruptcy.
Hello,
Right, that's what I
man.
said.
You know, first of all, what man you know is just dropping $70,000 on some shit that you know you can't get back? I can get your car repossessed. I could take your bag back. They done put implants in your mouth, bitch. I can't snatch that back if you piss me off. We not together. We ain't together at all.
Anybody with veneers or knowledge of veneers know that it don't just stop with you getting the veneers. There's upkeep that you have to do every.
No. I don't think she got veneers. I think she got implants. Them sound like implants.
For
You ain't paying
$70,000. And how many did you
$70,000. That sound like implants. That don't sound like no veneers.
Girl,
That sound like
please,
implants.
these hoes be giving Nene Leakes first season when it was discovered that Greg was out here doing fucking shark loans, girl, and fucking payday advances to get this girl to elevate her nose, her body, her everything, her skin tone, all the things, the bleaching of it all, girl. Shout out to that. In order to become this thing, this aesthetically pleasing reality star. And yes, it may have taken her far on the long run, but this need to modify oneself to become more of this thing for this show, it's crazy work. And it really adds to these low self. Look what K. Michelle talks about. She's trying to deflate herself. Look at Nicki Minaj. Her diaper beauty. Her diaper beauty is falling out while she's on tour. Like
Labrina said you're not on our level,
falling out like fucking snowball through a sleeve, girl. It's crazy work. So
Labrina said you're not on our level, Kelly. That's what she said. You over here got $1,000 outfits in the confessional, but you filing for bankruptcy. Labrina said you're not on our level, baby.
Right.
That t-shirt was $170, baby. You really are on the budget. You really are.
Just saying.
Your daughter needed a whole car, but you got $70,000 TV on.
And then, who made you think that it was a good business venture to open that type of restaurant in Sandy Springs? As somebody in the Sandy Springs area, that's not that ain't the type of establishment that you have up here in this area.
On top of the fact that the solution is very simple: cross training. If money is bad at Sandy Springs, but good at the McConnell location, at the McDonald location, but then training is bad at the McDonald location, but good at Sandy Springs, then cross.
I hear that part. That part can be fixed. What I'm saying is the type of restaurants and establishment you have on this side,
it don't work.
That don't work. That works great for down south, McDonald, way down there. Up here, it's a lot of white folks, a lot of money and stuff like. They're not looking for that shit.
Chicken and waffles,
they're not looking for that shit up. That was a bad thing. You could have built one over in Decatur or somewhere.
Well, you did something different. Like Candy got OLG and Blaze. You could have did a different.
Type of Candy ain't got none.
Well, Candy don't have that no more. But
I understand. But what I'm saying is just do a different. If you still want to stay in the restaurant business, just do a different type that appeases to that crowd, to that demographic.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying because like Candy had her stuff in the downtown area, then she had the other one in East Point, then she had she had them in the places where people would go. So she wanted to have so she wanted to have another like chicken and waffles restaurant put in the Sandy Springs wouldn't have been, and I think I know this, and I ain't even been in Atlanta that damn long to know it. She probably would have been better. I'll put it in College Park.
Right. If she wanted to go a little further north, go to Decatur. Up here in Sandy Springs, these white people don't do all of that shit over here. We don't have all that carrying on and stuff. Maybe we real high class and bougie over here.
College Park would have been a really hot spot for her to be in.
What part?
College Park.
Yeah, that would have been a good part for her. Like she could have just put it up in College Park and called it a day. And been done with.
There's a lot of restaurants
like that. Bulldogs, because you know when the girls come out the club, they're gonna be hungry.
Well, after they get through fighting.
You definitely gonna work up an appetite, baby.
Well, I can speaking of fighting and Bulldogs, I can honestly say that the times that I have never witnessed a fight, but that's probably because we go early and then we leave around 11 when the crowd comes in.
We leave before all of this. That's like going to the Waffle House in the daytime. That's the wrong time. But that's the thing.
No, that ain't the wrong time, Abby. That's the right time to leave.
That's the right time to leave, baby.
When I go to Bulldog, I don't stay there longer than
gay culture. The problem is they gonna get there until around 12:30, 1 o'clock.
I remember one time I stayed a little longer than I was supposed to, and I was real mad at my friend. And baby, these girls on the patio, the downstairs patio, baby, they fought from one side to the other side to the other. I said, baby, give me the fuck out of here.
I don't know how it works in Atlanta, but I know in Houston, once they start playing bounce music, gather your keys and get ready to go, baby. Because it's about to start getting crazy.
That's why I say
hit and go.
if I go out, I'm going to Friends. And even when I go to Friends, I'm gonna stay there for a hot hour and a half.
I do not like Friends.
Have 3 or 4 drinks after that. All right, girl, I'll catch you next time.
Is Crew still a thing out there?
You said Crew?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't been to Crew since I've been here.
I'm not familiar with it. But I damn sure ain't going to no Marquette.
Listen,
I'm not
going
going to
more
no
than that
Bulldog.
Scorpios is gone, so I don't know.
I'm not going to 840.
The only thing that I don't like about Friends is that it's so damn small and congested. It just gets on my nerves. I can't.
And it gives the illusion that it's super packed when it's really like 50 people in there.
Yeah, if you feel like it's so damn packed.
Where were they
like
at
that
Atlanta?
because
Where were they
don't have
at
all that
Atlanta when
carrying on that
Casserole
Friends.
had pepper sprayed everybody? What was that in? Was that Bulldog?
What happened?
No, 840.
Where Casserole pepper sprayed everybody?
Oh, I
That's
don't know about
Bulldogs.
that.
That was Bulldogs?
Bulldogs.
I don't think that was Bulldogs because Bulldogs don't got no parking lot in front of it like that.
There was
It was like an AstroTurf thing too. I don't remember.
You talking about when he got into it with Dominique?
Well, he got into it with everybody. He pepper sprayed every fucking body. I think.
I don't think that was at a club. That was at the same place I had my book release said. It's in the same place in West Midtown. It's in the same
When
place.
you come outside of Bulldogs, baby, you're right in the middle of the street.
Yes.
Speaking of,
You're in the middle of the
because
street.
I was enthralled. Have you ever thought about? And I'm pretty sure you have with your creative mind, turning your book into like a little mini like series?
Absolutely.
Cause bitch,
I'm already thinking about it already. Absolutely.
I think because I can visualize it, but I was like, I want to see it.
I've been meaning to ask you what you was thinking about it, but we're gonna wait for that conversation. We ain't gonna do it up here. But yeah. But being in Atlanta, but I ain't been here that long. But like I said, I could tell what's what. Like just like El Teddy said, the Chicken and Waffles restaurant would have been better off back out here on the south side.
Or if you knew you was headed toward financial ruin, you could have used that capital that you used to open a second.
Not financial
and
ruin.
level yourself out. I mean, if you bankruptcy ain't that's not a light word in the black community. When you file bankruptcy, the first thing we think of Toni Braxton and bitch, like she was broke. Like,
she was broke as fuck.
Like, you don't Toni Braxton or TLC. So it's like if you're in a world where bankruptcy is something in your near future, then maybe I would use that capital for something else. The capital that I used to open a second restaurant, I would use for something else. $70,000. Me personally, the teeth I got is fine, baby. Just run me the money, and I can do what I need to do with the $70K. Just run me the coin, please. I got it.
Because $70,000 teeth is crazy.
Well, my
When you're
thing
in
about
debt,
it is this.
it's
Right.
Let's be clear. How much money are you in debt? Because last time I checked, you are on a show that's paying you some money. Like they're not around here paying you $20,000 an episode. At
True.
least I don't think.
She
I think
in the
they're
same
getting
level
more
of debt
than $20,000. Like,
Drew.
I'm figuring probably for the course of the season, she might clear 250, 300.
I can see that. But
know
I
what
think
I'm
she's in
saying?
the same level of debt that Drew was in. Because if you want us to believe that you're only getting $12,000, baby.
Y'all know Drew be lying.
People don't love it. Hip hop for more than $12,000. If you want us to believe that you're getting $12,000 and you just got your body,
But like the people said, we need a show on Drew. Now, if Drew's smart, she goes and say, I need a show for my people. Because I will watch that
but you
shit.
got enough of them? Because I'm still trying to figure out why
I
you need
will watch that shit.
That damn assistant is a menace. Okay.
Why you need
that Danny
if
was
he
going
said that
in.
Drew's wig was lifting, I would have.
Yes, he did.
I would have stopped the whole
When he
thing.
told Mama Girl, he said, baby, this your third time from getting fired. You barely even on the team. I said, bitch.
No, it was a question. The boy said something. He said, and how many times have you been let go? I said, well, damn.
I said, oh. Girl.
No, when Freedom said he looked like a double stuffed Oreo, I screamed. I screamed because he ain't told no lies. You up here talking no shit, shaped like a ship, girl. Please.
If Drew was smart, she would parlay that shit right into a show. That's what Candy did.
I think that's why she did
it. A few seasons.
I think that's why she did it.
I believe that's why she did it too, because that was the scene that people were talking about the most, was that particular scene right there. They weren't even talking about it for her; they were talking about it for them. Like,
And had that
for
new
me-
manager not reeled everybody in, they would still be going at it right now.
Because for me, that manager lady, I would have fired her. That would have been a 2-day contract. Baby, you're fired. Because you can't even handle these girls right now in this meeting. How the fuck you gonna handle them? You know, when the shit start hitting the fan, no institutional control. Get the fuck out of here. Let me get somebody else. I mean, you already paid 863 people. You might as well. You already got 863 people on the payroll.
Why do you need 2 assistants? Why does your driver also need to be a second assistant? You don't even have that much business.
Not 863 people.
What the
Girl.
fuck?
My girl.
You got 2 assistants, a driver, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a wig
stylist. You know, all of these girls, PR.
What are you doing? For what?
Girl, you would have thought she was an A-list actress or something like that. Baby, she out here doing Hollywood blockbusters and shit.
And not to toot her horn, but K. Michelle ain't even moving like that. When you see K. Michelle moving in these streets and she moving with a team, it's not a team of 50 people. Like, and K. Michelle, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Scotty, every one of her albums has went #1. Every last one of them.
And probably except for the last one, which it didn't deserve it, but yeah.
Was that more issues involved? Which one was that?
That's
No,
just
it was
like-
I'm the problem.
Oh, I'm the
That's just
problem.
like I was trying to tell somebody when I was doing my panel review for. They were like, "Well," I said, "Don't play with K. Michelle." Now, listen,
Please
I
don't.
went to
'Cause I
school
ride
with
with K. Michelle back
but
from
K.
how many
Michelle,
times in the Zero Fucks
K.
Given me.
Michelle and Drew are not the same. K. Michelle is a much bigger music artist than Drew is an actor.
Even when she playing
Drew's
with her,
acting
even when she
career is
playing around.
nothing compared to K. Michelle's music career.
Because I remember on Zero Fucks Given, she was like, "Fuck you with this Jolly Rancher in my mouth, fuck you," and I was like, "I love her, I love her." And Amen has been platinum.
I love her version of Amen and her version of Yo God is fuck you. I love it. I love it, honey.
And I love
But,
how many
you
times
know.
too, but if the volume is all the way up, my ears gonna start to hurt because mama is hollering that song. But I do love how many times. I love
Yes, she's even though she screamed throughout the whole song, but love it.
Oh, she's
But listen, like I don't know, but what was I finna say? Oh, are y'all going to review Chasing LA when it come out?
I'm gonna watch it. Well,
Yes,
India
because
really
just for
said
her,
y'all have a choice.
he doesn't have a choice. I'm only here for Hershey, so
I'm looking forward to seeing her. Like when they were saying that Chasing LA was coming back, the people that returned, I kind of figured they would be the ones to return, like Hershey, King Payne, Andre, and
Y'all need to get Andre
Rocket
out the Botox chair. Somebody go get him out the Botox. He get a
Girl,
Botox
don't he
chair
look like
now.
swollen booty hole? I said, girl.
No, Johnny, he really
Prolapse booty hole.
I'm sorry, he looked like what? He looked like what?
Booty hole.
Swollen booty hole.
Oh,
Don't
like a
y'all do
rosebud,
Andre
girl.
like that.
No,
he
it's,
knows
no, it's
her
bad.
hands are
No,
a little
Scotty,
too
it's bad.
a little bit. He
Oh,
goes,
I love me
Scotty,
some. Hold on now. Me and Andre, we communicate here and there. I love me some Andre, but the truth is the truth. When I first saw that
Baby,
reveal, I
when
said,
he turned
girl,
around, when he did that
Yes.
great reveal and turned around, I said, "Oh
I
shit!"
said, girl,
Shut up, man.
I jumped scared.
the only time I've seen that particular fixture on his face was when I had a rough weekend with some rough trade, and I look back and I had Rosebud poking out of this thing, honey. That is uncomfortable to look at, but it may feel great. Hello, God. But it's uncomfortable to look at, and it takes several business days to clear up. Get you some Benadryl, baby. Get you some Benadryl, girl, and relax that pussy. Some Epsom salt and
No,
witch
just go
hazel.
to the doctor. They make stuff. You can just put it in, and
I just
once
wanted to put
again, all of a sudden, this became
suppository
none
in
of
his
my
mouth.
business.
Right.
I don't.
This is the way.
Okay, ain't none of my business
I
either.
love Andre. I
Ain't
didn't
none of my business
review. I
either.
didn't watch season 2. I didn't review season 2. I my thing is I'm just gonna watch it and see because I don't want to review. I don't want to review the way I've been reviewed. I don't want to be so involved. I just want to review a little bit, like little
season
points here
one,
and
not
there,
give us our dreams though, y'all.
and
Season
keep it
one,
real.
season one.
I think I can say that I think that Chasing LA would be a little bit easier for me to review because I don't know these people.
Yeah.
With Chasing Atlanta, I knew them people.
You know
with
who's
Chasing-
smart?
You know who?
King Fly Eye, whatever his name is, girl. Let me tell you something. That man right there,
Deacon
he
Ian.
pushed his business. Yes, he pushed his business made over $100,000 the first year of his business. That business running with him being on Chasing LA. On top of that, right now as we speak, he has his models doing promotions for his business before the show even starts. This is how the fuck you do it, girl. When you're chasing something, honey. He's promoting now
Okay, shout
before
out
the
to
show even
Deacon
comes out.
Ian.
Do his thing, honey. Like, he's handling business, and I'm always here for that. That's what I love about Andre too. Like, say what I want to say about swollen booty hole face, girl. At the end of the day, mama's working.
You are not gonna be calling that man swollen booty hole face.
Girl, mama be working.
Not
girl.
call that man swollen booty hole face. That's what we not gonna do.
Oh my God.
Promotion in the world. It's only gonna work when it works, because I think on Dallas, the guy who Jay something, he was promoting every week when he was like, let me do your videos and you can sing under the microphone. We can do, and nobody gave a fuck. So
Girl, you know why? Because, girl, come to find out as we're arriving to the reunion, not only is the AC broken, girl, which is probably what the
Oh, y'all talking about JC?
To push you out because you failed to pay.
He the one that had the notice on his door.
You had the eviction notice, bitch. So you selling all
But
these
y'all
waist trainers
explain it
and
away. I
candles.
don't know. It was because the notice was on the whole building, but I own a sweet bitch. No.
Didn't y'all say he was on what was that? Real Housewives? He was on something.
He was on Housewives of Atlanta.
He was best friends with Black China, I think, right? Or something like that.
He was in Dallas, right? They said he looked real different.
Girl,
I
he's
guess the
also
weight
an alleged
stuff,
taker
been
of
working.
the body, honey. He takes the girls against their will in the bathroom, so we don't trust her.
Oh yeah, I've heard about
Where
that.
is he allegedly signed? God,
Can you please put the alleged sign up there? Because listen,
honey, mama get on her knees and not to pray, girl. Well, actually, it is to pray, but not to pray to God. She is a prayer girl. Where's Mr. Hanson when you need him, girl? We have a lot of predators out here in these.
I will say, though,
girl.
Speaking of Chris Hansen,
that showdown
speaking of Chris
JC
Hansen,
and Sean was good, bitch. JC and Sean, they gave it. They gave it in that thing.
That was, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good battle between the two of them. I wish I would have seen more of that. That was a good.
Oh, and Mighty Joe Young and Sean was also epic too.
Who is Mighty Joe
Young?
Sean, Andre from that one season when they wore her ass out when Kesey and the girls was jumping the girls down to that little yes, honey. They were spilling Kool-Aid everywhere, bitch. Kool-Aid pickles everywhere, girl. I said, God, honey. And then Astro came in with the strawberry seeds, girl. Stop it, I say, girl. Yes, honey.
No, please. First of all, leave Strawberry Seeds alone, because the way you ripped him for having that music video on top of that container was unreal.
I will say this: I have a newfound love and respect for Astro as a person. He's definitely evolving and doing his thing, child. So
does he finally have the teaching job that he lied to us about, saying he was a teacher? He was nobody's teacher nowhere in America.
I believe. Now, on a serious note, to give the girls their things, I think he did get his certification in behavior.
No. Has he graduated from college? You got to graduate from college before you get
I don't know now, child. I don't know about all that, but I do know that another milestone to receiving his behavioral health certification, which is not an easy feat. You are state certified.
You be trying to give a lot of grace to these girls,
because I had a chance to get to know them. Hold on one second.
But how you gonna give him grace and then call him Strawberry Seed?
No, we're reliving the time, girl. We're reliving the time. That was a legendary moment. You know, I give the girl, like, I love Robert Ray now. We're good, but he's still Roberta Dutchmaster to the girls now. Like, girl, we know.
You know what? I'll give you that. Because I will never let Womack live down when he dressed up as Mary J.
Come on, Big Body Benz, Womack.
Mary J. Blige.
When he did that drag and them knees was buckling, bitch.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We did. That's why. Listen, King Kane got drugged because he was mad that Mia Ebby was dragging Trey Wombat. And he got mad because
he got mad behind the Fagadelics. Once we started talking about the Fagadelics, he was done with us as a collective.
Not the
collective.
He's more upset with that than being called a safety pin queen. Jesus Christ. Get your life together, girl. And then too, like, remember Trey Womack, girl, when she used Reese to get a bathtub? I said, girl, stop it. I said,
you know, they say Trey Womack was fucking all of them. They say Trey Womack was fucking all the girls. That
And Reese
season.
was like, "Who put a bathtub in your house? And who did this?" And he was like, "You." And I still don't.
Girl, y'all had a lot going on.
Another girl who's proud because
There was
wasn't
a
she
lot
struggling
going
with
on.
housing of her own, girl? Why are you buying bathtubs if you need to secure first, last, and security for a new place? Girl, stop.
Speaking of books, y'all go out there and buy Reese G's book. Don't
I
forget.
wish
she got
I
a book?
would. I wish I
Yeah.
would. I'd rather go
No,
get a
Reese
Greek canal.
is a magnet for bad luck. Cause child, remember that time he was
Mama
on
got a
live
book out
talking
there.
shit
Y'all
and
go buy
had
it.
food on his
Child,
windshield?
I wish I would.
Yes. I was very concerned. I
I
remember
was
that.
too. I
With
was
what?
too. He was talking shit on live and something had flew through his windshield while he was driving.
Yep. He was in that black truck. I'll never forget that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He was like, "Oh my god, look at my face! My face!"
You're so
Oh my
stupid.
God. Ugh.
I just rehabbed my thought about Chris Hansen. Are y'all gonna
Now-
watch that movie with where am I gonna read Reese's book? I could be persuaded.
I didn't even know Reese.
Now, if I recall, wasn't there a lot of shenanigans from that retreat Airbnb?
Yes,
I remember that time we talked about that. It was a lot of shenanigans going on in the Airbnb down to the retreat. A lot of shenanigans.
It was. It was. And we were so mad because we was like, this is an opportunity for this to be something great, and y'all turned it into
No, I
shit.
mean behind the scenes shenanigans.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have made it on screen. You got
I know the fact that a lot of people didn't have their money. First of all, let's back it up. Y'all can call it whatever y'all want to call it. Y'all came to Galveston. Galveston. I don't know what y'all, Crystal Beach or whatever y'all want. It was Galveston, baby.
Oh.
Galveston Island.
That's just like the Mo's talk about they in Miami, but the Mo's in Fort Lauderdale. Don't claim Miami. We real sensitive about that. Those of us from Miami, don't claim Miami.
Fort
if you were Fort
Boulevard. Bitch,
Lauderdale.
no, you in Galveston, girl.
Girl,
Next.
it's what kills me the web reality girls. Oh, we're in Miami. I'm from Miami. Girl, you're from the
You're
outer
from Fort
skirts
Lauderdale.
of nothing land. You're Lauderdale, Broward. Some of these
Right.
homegirls
Because
say
the
from
first thing you
Orlando.
ask a bitch if they from Miami, what high school you went to, bitch?
That
And
girl
if that
said she
high
lived in.
school doesn't start with the word Miami, bitch, it's
That
only
girl said
three high
she's from
schools.
Homestead. I said, girl, you from Homestead? That don't mean
Yeah,
from
the
Yeah,
Miami
Homestead,
Princess,
that ain't
she
Miami.
wasn't from Miami. Was she
Yeah,
not?
that's you from Homestead.
She's
Now,
from home. That's different, girl. That's the
Chef,
Mexicans.
Chef is from Miami, and Ayo, both of them I know are from Miami. I know that personally. Both of them are from
was
Miami.
it Cali Boy? Is he from Miami too, or was it Orlando?
No, Cali Boy not from Miami.
He
So
gives
you not from
Tampa
Miami.
vibes, girl. He gives Tampa vibes. That's what she
Yeah, he
gives,
not from
girl.
Miami.
Not North Florida, not Tampa.
Cali Boy lost his credibility with me when he said that he voted for Trump. And I
Yeah.
like,
Especially being a post
Okay,
survivor.
this may sound insensitive. This might sound insensitive, but for me, I was like getting over the fact, like, okay, I understand you have a connection to Pulse, but you're not one of those victims. So I don't understand why you were so like.
I mean, but y'all have to
I
understand.
thought he said he was there when it happened.
But listen,
He was in the
Kat,
room.
He
Ebby,
was there. He was there.
Here's the deal.
It was his best friend.
What
that
y'all
ended
have
up
to
doing it.
understand is y'all got to give grace because that young man probably had all 6 classes in the same room with people that had
Oh
head
my
protective
God! On
gear.
today,
They had head protective gear in that classroom and all kinds of stuff. You can't be expecting the most out of people who's still in the back of the class trying to find trying to have
But
somebody
you
tell
also
him how to
can't
get
play
the
two
question
extremes.
free.
We can't have sympathy for you for behind the Paul situation. You've been an asshole in every other scene in every other episode. Like you
can't expect him to connect those
I'm gonna
dots.
be real with you, and I'm
Can't
gonna,
connect
I'm
them
gonna
dots
say
like that.
I'm gonna say this very plainly, and I'm not really trying to be funny like that. I'm just gonna be real serious. This is what happens when you have cast members that have a lot going on in their personal worlds. When we saw him in season 1 and season 2, girl, we've escalated the declining health of your mother. We've witnessed you talk about all of these deaths and all of these tragedies that befallen you in your life and your experience. You two, from what was told and what was said from cast members, girl, that hotel you was doing hair out of for the so-called BET experience for these so-called celebrities down to the Days End, girl, with just only 2 left in there. Bitch,
Because I was like, why does she look like that?
You're living there.
How
You
does the
live
hotel
there.
room look like that? It was
You live there, and now you take care of your mom. You got a lot of things going on, and that also shined true at the first reunion, well, the only reunion that they had in season 1, where you were a deaf mute because you were so focused on what you had going on. What I would like to see is more people deal with tragedy and stuff like Chef Pablo does and rise above it. Honey, he shoved to Kenny Burns, no longer Tucker, bitch, and serve the girls like, let me go beyond my struggle and my pain and make something out of this. And instead, we have someone like Cali Boy who was just sitting in and dwelling in his dark places.
And I didn't like that. I mean, I understand there. I understand all of that, but you want to be a monster to people. And the moment people want to turn the camera back on you and be like, "Nah, bitch, you wrong," that's when you want to pull out all of these tragedies to make us feel bad for you. And
but again, and this is not me trying to read. I promise you, I'm not trying to read. But what you're saying is you have someone who may, and I'm not trying to be funny, but may not be as intellectually savvy or may have a south of 75 IQ score, but they dealt with immense tragedy. Y'all trying to be funny, I'm trying to be serious. But when they deal with these kinds of tragedies, and then they don't have the means or the resources to go and get the mental help, because they don't have the money like that or the resources to go and get the help that they need to really grapple with the grief that they may have gone through, then they start to spiral. And people that are doing casting in the production thing, they need to do a better job of casting and have better discernment, because some of these bitches that y'all see over there, y'all had a bust down with these bitches the night before, and that's how they got on the fucking cast.
Yikes. I think that in conjunction with some of these girls are so addicted to a salacious moment that as soon as they get something, whether it's good or bad, they want to sink their teeth into it just to have a moment to be like, this is about me.
And you know what else too? I think people need to pay attention to, and I've been noticing this trend ever since like T.S. Kendra, probably before that, but the one that's memorable for me, well, actually, never mind, Tony Price, the first season of Dallas, but then more so with watching this unfold with T.S. Kendra being a recurring cast member. Y'all are out here exploiting these girls who are on these substances and that are alcoholics.
Yep.
And then what ends up happening is you're not taking care of their story. You would rather them plaster themselves and look like slushes and fools and not really take care of them that much. And I know people get mad at me because I'm always like talking about that, but that's one thing production pisses me off with, is because, and I know it's not everyone, but we have to be careful and mindful how we curate these folks' stories, and especially if these girls are willing to do this for free. Like T.S. Kendra, love her down, love her everything, but girl, that last season that I watched of her at the golf course with that golf thing with Oliver, and then it was a hot fucking mess. I would have never aired that.
But that's just like, I think it's so and y'all can say whatever y'all want, but I think it's so negligent and it's almost professional malpractice what Twan Dixon does on this platform, because if you are a true mental health professional, some of the things that get discussed should never make the light of day on camera. Or remember when I went off, when you're on an episode and he's over there crying more than Nova is, and then you're trying to give, a quick therapy session. That's almost damn near professional malpractice. And then to say, okay, I'm going to have this show, you're about to exploit these people, have all of their stories all over the streets. Are you following up? How many more sessions are you having beyond just the one session that we see to make sure that there's follow through and that these people can truly get to the place that they need to be mentally? We're just looking for a moment in the show, and some of these people are not well mentally, are not well emotionally, and it's enhanced by drug abuse, it's enhanced by alcohol and other kinds of substances, and they never get an opportunity. But then you try to give the guys as if you're trying to help people by having Twan Dixon and his antics with the people. And I had a friend watch the show this season who is a licensed therapist, does that for a living, and he told me he will call me and say, this is cringy. I can't believe that this man is doing this.
I agree, and I think on top of that, I think there's a lack of respect when it comes for Twan Dixon. These people don't see him as a therapist; they see him as another means of another scene or another means of like an opportunity to be on TV. They're not really. They don't talk about their shit for the sake of having content to talk about in the scene. But I don't think nobody that's really sat down with him is really focused on the literal growth that it takes to get up out of this situation. And I think that.
Especially
When you're friends with these people, it really makes it a little tricky and soggy ground because again they don't respect you. It's like I'm talking to a friend. It's like
well, I truly believe the real issue that I have with Twan Dixon, although I do like him and I actually did like his show, but my thing is I agree with El Teddy from earlier. Like, you can't be involving all of your personal shit that you have yet to overcome, and I get it, trying to use it as a way to create dialogue and connection with your subject, but at the end of the day, you need to be very wary about how you do that, because if you show up crying about your shit, that lets me know that you're a broken individual too. I know therapists are still human, they also seek therapy, but at the end of the day, I need to know that my therapist is sound mind and sound body, girl. Like, you need to be one band, one sound, girl. I can't trust you if you're breaking down. And I'm like, girl, what? I'm like, what the hell are we crying for at the stripper event,
if your relatability to me makes you cry about your past experiences, that means you have unhealed trauma as well.
Exactly. So what are you doing being in the position to try to help me heal through mine?
Here's the thing,
like,
that's like me going to the doctor saying, oh, I got this cut, and the doctor being like, hold on, I just cut myself this morning, let me stitch myself up before I could, while I'm also trying to stitch you up. Girl, what's happening here?
I think,
and I don't think,
but I also I want to know. I'm not trying to call him Cheyenne Brown or anything, but I want to know exactly what certification you have, because there's a difference between a counselor and a therapist. There's a difference between a counselor and a psychiatrist. If you're just a counselor, baby, all you got is a certificate.
Well, I can honestly say that he is certified. That's what I can say.
Be a counselor or a therapist.
He's a therapist.
Okay.
Yeah, I can honestly say that. Now, I ain't trying to take away nobody's opinion from them or nothing like that.
No,
But he is certified.
I believe, on his show, he did say, and he was open with his qualifications. And now, I don't think that he is of the master's level type of therapist carrying LCSW, carrying the certain credentials that allow him to reign supreme, or psychiatrist vibes, which requires certain levels of higher education.
I don't want to diminish the man and his credentials, but what I will say is this. There are certain ways that you move. For example, if I'm a lawyer, I would not go on a show giving legal advice, because there are things that go along with giving that legal advice. And in certain professions,
that's illegal. You can't do that.
And no, that's what I'm saying. But in the same vein, there are certain professional standards that you have within certain verticals and certain professions, one being mental health and things like that. There are certain things you are and are not going to do, especially when you come in telling me I'm the therapist. I'm the person who's here for you. Just do not do that.
I learned that when I was doing a nosedive into whatever Cheyenne Brown was having going on. I learned that with the Dr. Phil's and the Iyanlas, you can be licensed, you can have the degree and all of that, but legally, you can't have an actual real counseling session on air and broadcast that. You cannot do that.
Just like paralegals can't give legal advice. It's crazy work. Because you open up the room for liability, girl, on a level.
Like with these court cases, when they show these court cases and shit online with the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp, you can see the case, but you can't see these lawyers in discovery in their room getting their case together. Some stuff by law you cannot show.
Yeah, and paralegals aren't the only one who can't give legal advice. Lawyers can't give legal advice.
Yeah, they can't. Like they literally cannot.
Any lawyer channel on YouTube, that first statement out of this mouth is saying, I am a lawyer, but I am not your lawyer. I cannot give you any legal advice, but I can give you my opinion on this legal case.
Even with a consultation, you ain't even got to be on air. If you call somebody for a free consultation, they can give you a broad, overview. They cannot advise you.
What I will say is, what I would have expected for, and this is for production and things like that, for there to be some type of disclaimer. If you watch a lot of those Dr. Phil shows and things like that, it'll go real fast, but there'll be a small fine print disclaimer either on the front end or on the back end saying, even Iyanla, because Iyanla was not a licensed, she wasn't licensed, and there were people on the team behind the scenes that were offering the appropriate therapy sessions and things like that, and there were disclaimers on the credits and things that will let you know that they have a team of people that are doing actual work behind the scenes. And so I think that when we do start to do that, just have a little disclaimer. This is not, the substitute for real, or this is not to be deemed as a, actual therapy session, and so that's why I thought that it was so dangerous for him to be like, oh, I'm a licensed therapist, because now you take on all of the things that go along with that and all of the protocols that
and these are real sessions. Like, you want to claim these are real sessions, and you can't. Even with Dr. Phil is degreed, but he is not licensed. That's why he can have his TV show. The license only lasts for a certain amount of time. You have to renew, just like in medical and all that. You have to renew that stuff. And if you
well, I will say this though, I do believe, because I do work in that profession in a lot of ways. Now, not on that level, but I do work with therapists and clinicians all the time, and clinical directors and things of that nature. But and therapists, all kinds of shit. But my thing is, I hope that these people are smart enough to be able to curate these moments to where they're not liable, or where they're not spewing something that could potentially lead these people to either spiral, be triggered. Trauma triggers are a motherfucker. And then if you're carrying the stories, like, I'm sure they have the permission, I'm sure they're signing the, the disclosure, all the agreements and things. But watching his particular show, I did enjoy it because it added that different nuance that we need, require, and desire in our community. But one thing that was on the other end for me was like that one scene where he was counseling the mother and the two kids about the new stepdad or whatever. And it's just like, you have moments like that, even when dealing with a homeboy from Chasing Orlando, when he lost in the midst of him losing his father. Like, you have to be very careful on how you approach these situations, especially people who present with suicide ideation and things of that nature. Like, you have to be mindful, because you can be held criminally responsible for anything that happens to these people while under your care.
I think it's wording, though. If you can word it right, you can get away with it. Now,
or you could be like Cheyenne Bryan and outright lie about it.
Okay, but these people are essentially having a conversation with a therapist. This is not a therapy session. You're just having a conversation with a therapist. So I think when you hear these people say, "I'm going to talk to Twan Dixon," I don't think, and if they did say it, they shouldn't have. I don't think anybody said, "Let me go have a therapy session with Twan." Like, that's not. You have to.
And it's not like his advice was bad. He gave really good, sound therapeutic advice. I will give him that.
But it's just
how it's portrayed on the show, and for the environment of web reality. These types of girls, you have to be careful how you have those moments with them and how it comes off.
It is a HIPAA violation, so you have to frame it right. Call it a conversation, because it can't be a session, and we can't see any exchange of money for service. Exactly. This is a conversation.
Because there'd be HIPAA violations all over.
HIPAA violations out there.
Well, there's no
HIPAA violation will get your ass in jail.
Well, there's no expectation of privacy because you are on a show. And again, I'm quite sure for their license sake, they're signing agreements with these people that they're putting on, in the public eye with their stories. So confidentiality is not an issue here, or HIPAA violations is not an issue.
You have to, just like when you are sworn into presidency, you have to swear in and be like, I will uphold the laws and the standards of therapy and behavioral health and all of that stuff. Part of which is non-exposure.
But even if depending on the violation, it does not matter if the person gives you consent to tell it. It still can be a HIPAA violation, even if the person gives you consent to tell it, because you as a licensed professional do not have the right to give that out on any occasion. But I'm not saying that's what this is, but just to be clear about HIPAA and things like that.
Just like in movies that we see, because our limitations, like in movies where police officers go, or when people go to therapists, they're like, I can't give you that information without a warrant. Like, you cannot release information. If I can't release it to the law enforcement, I damn sure can't broadcast it in front of thousands of people.
Well, I don't think that's so much of an issue here because we have televised moments. He's not the first one. to present with these kinds of, you know, stories. So I don't think that there's any issues there. Again, I like the avenue, the addition to it, because it does provide like a certain awareness for our community. Although those numbers were horrible and I felt like it should have got more, that just let me know that people ain't ready for the real serious shit, and they're not ready to get no kind of help in damn selves, especially in our community, because it's a hot mess that these girls are only getting like 2,000.
These girls don't want to be healed. They want to be charged. They want to be charged. They want to be healed.
Let's not act like we haven't seen shows. We've seen shows do this. For example, they do it on Heart Hustle Houston. They was last season.
They break the family values with that lady.
Dr. Sherry. They do it,
Dr. Sherry.
But you know, and I'm sure they crossed their I's and dotted all of their T's. My biggest issue with Twan was that episode where Mama Girl was over there crying. Baby, no, that's why he lost me on the baby. Why are you crying more than I am? I'm over here good, and you over here.
Did you watch the show?
A lot of those moments, because remember with Jocelyn and Mimi and Stevie, that therapist just sat back and let the whole thing just go.
All she did was cry through her show, talking about her mom's issues and her stuff. And I'm like, I understand that. Thank you for giving us a gate open to who you are, but girl, like, it's a lot to take on your problems, plus trying to see you counsel other people when you've yet to heal. It's kind of like crazy work, as we discussed earlier. So it just was kind of cringe to watch that, because like I do believe in therapy. I believe it's very helpful, especially for those that seek it out and really want to become changed and renewed. And they want answers that they need to get from an unbiased perspective and someone who's trained in the art of the Jedi in order to help you become one with the Force. Hello. So I just hope that these people are moving the right way when it comes to giving that. Him being on this season, I felt like his position would have been better if he would have served more of an Iyanla Vanzant vibe. You can't help these people in real time, because guess what? We, the viewers, carry the podium, right? We carry the torch. You should have been doing this therapy session in after these episodes, or after a couple of episodes, or even after the season, and then like introduce that part into your show. Because you can't help these people in real time, because look how there was no control at the stripper party.
You know what could have worked? If Twan basically sat in the seat of the honorable, and we love her, Imani Van Zant, and basically gave like a little 3 to 5 therapized review of what he thought, and then on his next season he talked to these people and we unpack what he was talking about.
Well, girl, we can't listen to his voice for too long before we get annoyed, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be
real. Okay, just 3 minutes.
That voice, girl, love Twan down, girl, but that voice be voicing. I'd be like, girl, I can't.
Y'all silly.
I can't, girl. He can't have a podcast, because I'll be like, girl, no.
No, I'm saying on his next season of his Twan Dixon show, he could have addressed everything that he talked about.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
With those people. So if you give a little 1 to 2 minute diatribe of what we saw, giving your own analysis, and then on your season of your show, you sit down with these people who you had issues with, and y'all kind of walk through those things. So that way we're all abreast to what you're talking about. We know what we walking into. We know what the solution is. Because obviously these reunions don't give these bitches no closure. Like, these girls leave the reunion still as mad as they was when they walked in.
And too, like, I just would love, you know what, I'm not gonna bring that up, because I just feel like there's big. I'm not here for controversy. I'm here to celebrate with y'all.
You're not here for controversy. Since when, bitch? I just saw your live an hour ago.
Well, we was about to get the fuck off of here anyway, because my laptop is dying anyway.
We've been. You got Housewives tonight, don't you?
I do. Yes, I gotta let this motherfucker charge. But anyway, we're gonna have to do this again.
We're gonna have to do this again, y'all.
And I ain't talking about
when we first got started. I thought we was just getting together, and I'm like, no, maybe we've been together for like
5 years later.
Right.
We've been together for a while.
Like, and I ain't talking about months from now. I mean, we really got to do this again. Yeah. It doesn't matter who channel is on. We got to do this shit again, because I really enjoyed this. I ain't really want this to end, honestly, but I know it got to, because I had already pushed. I had another live schedule after this for 6:30, and I was like, that ain't gonna happen, because I'm finna still be up here. That ain't gonna. I pushed that shit back to tomorrow.
And we just need time to get down to the quick trip to get some hot dogs, girl.
Baby, listen, I'm not eating no Quick Trip hot dogs. As a matter of fact, I have KFC on the way.
Okay.
Have you tried Dennis's hot dogs?
No, I have not.
I don't even know where they at.
Who's hot dogs?
How
Who's
many
your baby
days do you
daddy?
have a hot dog? I wonder if it's
Girl, he's
Okay.
probably
What about
down there by
Sebastian hot
Piedmont
dog?
Park, waiting for the cruisers to get hungry after their
Where's
session betrayed
Sebastian hot
behind the
dog
bushes.
place at?
I also want to try his too, L Teddy, but I don't know where he is at either.
His is at the Phipps Plaza, I believe, in the mall.
Who,
You
Sebastian?
know who don't
Yeah.
want them? Jamel don't
No,
want them.
what's that mall? Lennox. I think it's in Lennox Mall.
Oh,
But girl,
okay.
last time I checked, it said she's closed. I mean, not Lauren England, girl, permanently closed.
With them $100 chicken wings, girl, please.
Girl, they covered in gold, girl. Stop what I say.
Well, with that being said, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get up out of here. We will see you guys for the
You
next
know
one.
what?
Whoever
I think
decides to
Lauren
do
England
it.
is the one who brought COVID over here. Remember, she was over there.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
But
Bye.